Hello, Sharky.
Hey, Cass.
Welcome, one and all. Welcome to the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Welcome to Lara Croft Tomb Raider, the action adventure. This is the show in which we play Lara Croft Tomb Raider, the action adventure. This is the late follow-up to a playthrough we did a while back of a little game by the name of Tomb Raider, the Angel of Darkness. Do you remember that playthrough, Sharky?
I do remember that playthrough. I remember some very specific bits of that playthrough, too. Which
I
we'll
remember...
probably get into once we get there.
Yes. So this game here, just to set the scene for everybody, is a DVD conversion of said title, of said PlayStation 2 title, which is to say they took the contents of that full-fledged video game and turned it into an interactive doovda for the sake of folk who maybe didn't own game consoles or who were otherwise looking for a more casual entry point into the Tomb Raider franchise.
I feel like calling Angel of Darkness full-fledged implies a lot. That maybe not true. Maybe not be true about Angel of Darkness.
Implying that it was a fully finished game, that it was fully realized at any point during its development. Yeah, no. Folks, check out our playthrough of The Angel of Darkness. It's a little rough to go back to. Our audio quality wasn't fully there, but I still stand by the content of that playthrough, the suffering we endured, and the comments I may have made during said playthrough. But yeah, this is one that we've been meaning to get to for a minute now, and I figured what better day than April Fool's Day, where back in the day, back when we were writing instead of streaming, back when we were writing overlong articles on bad games, we celebrated April Fool's Day by playing real video games, by writing articles on real video games, and just not really, indulging in all the typical April Fool's Day nonsense. So this is a legitimate playthrough of a DVD game, a game that might not be considered a game by some folk, but, this was a burgeoning medium. This was an interesting period in time. We will get into a little bit of it. It is interactive. There's shooting in this DVD game. There is aiming a crosshair on the screen and shooting in this DVD exclusive format here. This is a really curious piece of work. We mentioned it during the Angel of Darkness playthrough, and it's been long enough that I've been waiting to get to this. I don't know, that Angel of Darkness was really was a half-baked game, but maybe, just maybe, in this DVD rendition, they'll tie it all together, they'll tie up all those loose ends. This may well be the definitive version of Angel of Darkness.
Yeah, you know that Tomb Raider remaster that came out with Angel of Darkness? No. This is it. This is
the real version. This is the canonical version of this particular action adventure. We should go through the release info. It was released initially in Europe on November 21st, 2006. Later came to North America on December 5th, 2006. Developed by Little Worlds Studio, who at this point in time, I believe is known as Big Point Leon, and published by Bright Entertainment, purveyors of fine DVD wares. Sharky, what do you know about this DVD rendition of the game that we played so long ago?
I've only seen you play a little bit of it. It's... I question why they did this. Because, the reason why any company does anything is to make a profit, right? Fine, to squeeze some money out of this, rock.
What's curious about this is that this came out 3 years after Angel of Darkness had initially released across the PS2.
Right.
So
wait, the year this came out, here's my question then. When did the Tomb Raider movie come out?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that was 2001 or 2002, wasn't it? So prior to Angel of Darkness coming out. Those Angelina Jolie movies were a big deal, by the way. And in case folk don't remember, weren't around for it back then. Those movies were like blockbuster huge.
So 2001 for the first one. There was a second one, 2003. So it's not even like it lines up with that then.
No, but I think there is a merit to this. My belief, the perspective I'm coming into this with is that this is actually a brilliant idea. I think the idea of putting a game out on DVD, making it accessible to the masses, removing the hurdles of having to control it in real time, and especially considering that the original Angel of Darkness was a pretty unwieldy beast, if we're being honest here.
This will probably be the most playable version of the game.
It might well be. So I'm kind of excited to get into this. I'm kind of hyped for this. I think this might actually be the definitive version of this game, if we're being truthful here. But we'll get into that when we get into that. We also have a little bit, just a teensy bit of history to get into on this one before we get into the game proper. Just a little bit of context to set the scene, as it were. But before we get to that, before we get to any of that business, there is one segment we have to address. There is one segment we have to do before any of that. And that is, of course, Sharky Stream Snack.
All right, tonight's stream snack is Brookside dark chocolate, acai, and blueberry flavors. Soft fruit flavored centers covered in smooth dark chocolate. Not the usual kind of meal I have during the stream. I had like a flank steak earlier tonight, so I'm a little full. So this is just a little nice sweet to have alongside.
All I've eaten today are grits. I've been getting back into grits in a major way.
Grits are good. Grits are all right. I used to be big into cream of wheat.
Oh,
that used to be my thing. But our drink tonight is V8 Plus Energy Pomegranate Blueberry. Once again, I do have another flavor, but I'm saving that for later.
It still blows my mind that V8's getting into the energy drink game of all the companies.
Open that up again. Yeah, I took a sip of it. I did go out and buy, I couldn't find these, in a six-pack or anything, so I just had to buy individual ones. But I really like these. It's less caffeine than I normally have in my stream energy drinks. But, it's actually juice in there. It's 50% juice. There's so much more juice than any other, fruit energy drink I have on this show.
By the way, I'm drinking Baja Blast and vodka tonight.
Yet again.
Yes.
Anything to eat, or are you just continuing to drip feed grits?
No. Nothing on the table. Nothing solid to eat right now. Just pure alcohol tonight for me.
Yep. Empty stomach and alcohol. That'll go great. Well, I think that'll do it for the stream snack then.
Well, if that's the case, I reckon that'll do it for Sharky Stream Snack. And that will bring us to our next scene, which is the main stage, followed by a little bit of a slideshow, a little bit of a history section. Again, not a major one. Just want to set the scene here. And what you're looking at here on this screen is actually a sort of predecessor to the Duvda game. This here is a screenshot from, I believe this is from Tomb Raider Armageddon, which was one of a series, one of 5 interactive TV games. So this would have been around 2003, where they started publishing interactive TV titles in Europe on B-Sky B, which I believe was a arm of the British Broadcasting Corporation, where if you had a set-top box or something of that sort, you would have access to a small library of interactive titles. They released around 5 of these, if I recall correctly, including Tomb Raider The Reckoning, Tomb Raider Temple of Anubis, Tomb Raider The Last Midnight, The Shadow Falls, and The Eye of Osiris. And these were games that you could, very simple games, basically tantamount to Flash games, that you could play on your set-top box using your TV remote.
This service feels like a thing that Hugo would be on.
Yeah, no, Hugo, I thought that was what this was initially, but Hugo was the domain of call-in TV.
Right.
So,
but it did branch out into other things. We're going to have a Hugo night eventually.
Eventually.
This does absolutely sound like a thing where, like, one of the games would be Tomb Raider and the Bungalow of Hugo.
So to be clear, Hugo was one of those games. These are still on British TV to this day, I believe, where you would call in to a program where you would give vocal commands, and that would control the character on screen across televisions across all of Europe. Those Hugo games, and you'd play the game in real time on television. But whereas these were digital titles that you'd actually play in the comfort of your own home, were not broadcast to the rest of the world. So these are slightly different from that.
So would this be closer to like the Sega Network for Genesis and the satellite thing for Super Famicom?
Sure, if you need a point of reference for that. Really, what these are flash games that you could play on your TV.
Well, there's a point of reference.
Yeah. So these things are interesting for the fact that they represented Tomb Raider, just how absolutely massive it was, and the cross media, the cross format attempts they put out there to try and really capitalize on the momentum of it, especially considering that the first one released in 2002, I believe, so that would have been hot off the heels of that movie we mentioned, those Angelina Jolie vehicles that were so popular in theaters. And, they're pretty simplistic for what they are. I think someone in chat mentioned Prince of Persia or Jordan Mechner or something along those lines, which, yeah, fair point of comparison looking at the screenshots available for this game. But still a novel concept, an early contender in the TV space. In years since, we've had like Android TV and all those attempts to bring sort of Android games, Play Store games to television, but this was a sort of precursor to that from the early aughts. But we'll move quickly along here to what I think was really one of the preeminent DVD games of its era. Do you remember CNET? Did you ever play CNET on DVD?
I've never played it, but I have been to thrift stores several times in my life. So I've seen it in many different places.
Yeah, for those folk who don't remember, these things were absolutely massive. The idea of Duvda games were huge for a minute in time. The early DVD games were basically conversions of board games that you could play at home, that you could play in the comfort of your own home, and realizing the potential on the DVD format. Even before this, there were VHS games. What's that? Atmosphere? Do you remember Atmosphere?
Atmosphere, which is also known as Nightmare in some regions.
So,
I had Clue on Betamax.
Ooh, that's really specific. So yeah, the idea of integrating video with your board game experience was an idea that had been kicking around since the late 90s. And it really crystallized with the DVD era in particular, with the ability to, skip from scene to scene, to have some amount of actual input and to control it on a TV remote rather than just watching a thing play in real time. So some of these games, and also not to mention that certain movies, I think of like Shrek, for example, if you had the DVD for Shrek, you would have some mini games built into that DVD system. You can go through the menus and find some sort of small, slight mini games you could interact with. So there was a market being established for folk who didn't want to purchase a whole game console, but wanted some amount of interactivity, wanted some amount of, wanted the video game experience in a very slight capacity. So that was setting the stage in the early aughts.
Plus DVD games. Sorry, I had water to go down the wrong pipe. But I have to say trivia. DVD games had the benefit of being able to randomize scenes too. So stuff like Atmosphere, / Nightmare back in the day, was always the same game you play over and over again. These DVD games let you do a different experience each time.
Yeah, so I think this is a really novel idea. I don't think this is a bad idea. Like, to sort of, not to give away how I feel about Tomb Raider, the action-adventure, but I think this was a worthy pursuit. I think the idea of bringing gaming to the masses, folk who weren't willing to invest in a PS2 or Xbox or Nintendo GameCube, and finding some sort of bridge there, was a reasonable avenue to pursue. And in games like CNET, which would appeal to a very casual market, definitely had their merits and were definitely enjoyed by millions upon millions of people. And so there was a market being recognized there. And someone at some point had the idea, what if we took a proper video game and demade it, converted it to a DVD style of game? Which brings us to, of course, Tomb Raider the Action Adventure, and brings us to this particular press statement here that I'm going to read. This is the initial announcement as archived on the TombRaiderChronicles.com website, linked to in the chat here, and as well as in the description of the YouTube upload of this VOD. Announced September 22nd, 2006. I will read from this now. Bright Entertainment Ltd. today announces November 6, 2006 as the release date of the first interactive DVD game to be based on a video game franchise. The interactive DVD game Lara Croft Tomb Raider: The Action Adventure enables the player to control Lara with the simple up, down, left, right, and enter command buttons of a standard DVD remote control and is aimed squarely at the Christmas non-gamer mainstream market. Brief pause here to discuss that fact. I'm all for anything that brings gaming to people who are otherwise not interested in gaming. Again, as I mentioned earlier, I think this is actually a pretty smart idea to try and onboard people onto the idea, to try to maybe upsell people on the idea of buying a full-fledged video game based on putting out a sort of barely interactive, more standardized, more streamlined experience on a DVD player. And, the fact that you could have played this potentially on a PS2 as well, for whatever that's worth. Imagine someone who, instead of buying the Angel of Darkness, holds out for the DVD game that they still end up playing on their PS2. It's like,
or they get confused by, they see like the Lara Croft for everyone on the cover of the DVD game and go, that's me, I'm everyone.
Yeah, I fall under that demographic. Continuing to read, designed for an audience who may have never played a video game before, the game offers players an average of an afternoon or evening's gameplay from starting to completing the game. The game can be played over and over again, achieving better scores, and also allows players to divide into teams and challenge one another. Formerly the preserve of the TV quiz show, the interactive DVD market is growing massively, and the release of Lara Croft Tomb Raider: The Action Adventure sees the creation of a new category featuring interactive DVD games based upon video game franchises. So I think this was, remarkable in that it's the first proper video game to look at that market, to look at that burgeoning, fledgling interactive DVD market and be like, well, maybe there's something here. Maybe we can do a little more than just bonus features on a movie's DVD. Maybe we can start to transform these proper consoleized experiences into something more accessible to a broader audience.
Now, I did check, and Dragon's Lair was released on DVD before this.
Yes.
Which makes sense, but I just think it would have been really funny if Tomb Raider got to the DVD game thing before Dragon's Lair did.
And also around that time, I believe, like the likes of Mad Dog McCree and Who Shot Johnny Rock and some of those other American laser games, which were originally Laserdisc based in the arcades, I think a few of those had also made their way to DVD prior to Tomb Raider: The Action Adventure. So there was a precedent for this, right? This wasn't really the first.
Although this is a case where it's one where those previous games were like Laserdisc games, which are like, reductively, you'd call that like a precursor to DVDs.
Sure.
But yeah, this is a case where they have taken like a fully consoleized game, like a game that you're expected to sit down with a controller, and you're like, what if we can just convert this to something closer to like a Dragon's Lair?
I want to say, also I want to call it something from chat. We're really minty in our chat says, at this point, I'm mandated to say that I once worked for Adrian Smith, producer of many Tomb Raider games. That's an interesting little factoid. I always love when folk in the audience actually have some relation to the things we're playing. That always pops me, so thank you for that. Good to know.
Adrian Smith also sounds like the name of someone in the Witness Protection Program, so I hope you haven't got him made by saying that.
Yeah, we're compromising folks' identities here in the Bad Game Hall of Fame chat. To continue reading this press statement, gameplay features puzzle solving and non-stop action adventure. Lara Croft Tomb Raider, the action-adventure, also reunites well-known games industry figure and Bright Entertainment CEO Dominic Wheatley with Lara Croft. Dominic was at Eidos when Tomb Raider was launched in 1996. To quote Dominic, "We have developed this game to give the family a great entertainment experience and to take the excitement of Lara Croft to a wider audience. It's fantastic fun for family and friends, and for the first time gives everyone with a DVD player the opportunity to experience the excitement of the Tomb Raider phenomenon." So, brief aside, this Dominic Wheatley figure was actually the one who formed Domark Entertainment way back in the day, the company that would eventually become Eidos Interactive. So when they say that he was involved with Eidos at the time of Tomb Raider's original release, he is credited as a special thanks in that game, but he was, I believe, founder and CEO of Eidos Interactive at that time. So he really does have a familiarity with the Tomb Raider franchise. And so in this new venture of his, this Bright Entertainment venture, clearly there was some sort of like deal made between Eidos and Bright Entertainment. Clearly he was able to get in front of this and say like, hey, make a deal with us. Let us do this thing. Let us try this side venture here. I'm running this company now. And, give us, the okay to take the footage from this game, to take this existing property, because I have the history here. So, this is a guy who's taking every opportunity here to grow his company. So that explains like how this was able to come into being, because this guy was heading his new venture and managed to negotiate with his previous employer, his company he previously formed, in order to get this game off the ground. So that should explain for everyone like how this game came to be, what the logic driving it was. To continue reading, in addition to the UK, Bright Entertainment has announced that the release will be distributed in the United States, France, Germany, Austria, and Italy, with more territories to follow. The company is also in discussions with other game franchise holders to release further blockbuster video games onto the interactive DVD format. The
further blockbuster video games like the Sculptor's Cut of Clay Fighter 63 and a third.
No, not quite. I believe the other game, based on an existing video game franchise that Bright Entertainment actually put out, was a Tiger Woods game. They made a golfing DVD game. I was posting about that in the Discord earlier, discord.gg/bghof, that I discovered that, the other output this company had was a golfing simulator based on the Tiger Woods game franchise, which is just wild to me. I need to know what that is. I need to track that image down and play that.
Sorry, Weasel in our chat, who connoisseur of golf games, posted a picture of the case for it. And apparently, that Tiger Woods game came in a special edition box with a wooden case around it.
Yeah, they truly went all out on the packaging for that particular game. Whether they went all out on the gameplay or not remains to be seen. Remains to be vetted by me personally. To finish off this press statement, launched in 1996, Tomb Raider is one of the best-selling video game franchises of all time, with over 30 million copies sold. Lara Croft has transcended games, entertainment, and technology in a way no other character has, including action figures, comic books, adventure novels, and 2 major motion pictures starring Angelina Jolie. In 2006, Lara Croft was entered into the Guinness Book of World Records as, quote, most successful human video game. That's a hell of a world record to hold. I'm not sure what the competition on that was, but...
What does that imply about Mario?
Not a real human, I suppose. And then one last note before we get to the game proper. I just want to read some of the copy off the back of the box for this game, because it is a hell of a thing. So let me read from the top here. Lara Croft for everyone. Easy to play. Now you can play as one of the most exciting action-adventure games ever with your friends and family. They keep pressing this family line. It's a game with it's a game about a murder and where you shoot people to death. I don't know the family angle there is. Anyway, on your DVD player, it's new, thrilling, and very different from other DVD games. That much is true. And around the time it takes to play a board game or watch a movie, you can enjoy wonderful film-like graphics and an exciting plot that allows everyone to join in, and you can play again and again, trying different ways to improve your score. So there is a scoring metric in this, on this DVD game. For even more fun, you can split into teams and play Tomb Raider together. At each checkpoint in the adventure, you will get a password. That means you can take a break and then carry on from the same place next time. The game is based on Angel of Darkness, the gripping video game. Lara Croft, daughter of Lord and Lady Croft, is wrongfully accused of murder, but she is tough and clever, as well as gorgeous, and you can help her fight to prove her innocence and recover the missing Obscura paintings. There's lots of explosive action and thrills in this super graphical adventure blasting out of your TV. That rules. I'm sorry.
Wow. She's beautiful.
Thank you for that, Paul Wes. The simple use of your DVD remote allows you to control what Laura does next without anything being tricky or complicated. That's why we say this is Laura for everyone. So don't hang around. Get everyone together. Pop the DVD into your DVD player and prepare for action. So saith the box. The back of box, even. Yeah, they were trying to push this to families. Again, I'm not entirely sure what they were thinking with that. Of all the Tomb Raider games, Angel of Darkness strikes me as the darkest story, but it was also the most recent Tomb Raider game at the time of this Duvda game's release. I believe the next game to come out in the franchise, there's a bit of a break between Angel of Darkness and Tomb Raider Legends, or Tomb Raider Anniversary, whichever one was the remake of 1 for more modern consoles. So really what this game came from was the fact that there were no other Tomb Raider games on the market at the time. There was no more modern release. Okay, Johnny Baggett in chat says the Tomb Raider Legend was April 2006, so this was after that. But the time where this would have been developed was probably before that had been released. They had probably been working on this for some time, just the way that game development works and whatnot. But yeah, the point still stands that Angel of Darkness, despite not being the most critically acclaimed of the Tomb Raider entries, to say the least, was still the one with the highest production value, still the one that was readily available. I don't think they would have put out a Tomb Raider Legend DVD game at the same time as Tomb Raider Legend was out on the market. I don't think they wanted to compete with the actual full-fledged consoleized version of whatever product was on the market at the time. Because this is, you know, a pretty niche thing, despite the fact they talk up how much it was like meant for the broad market, for the mass market, for folk who were not gamers, as it were. But you know, that's I think it was a wise decision. Again, I think it was a pretty smart move to try and, because Tomb Raider was so massive, especially with those movies on the market, that there were probably folk who didn't own consoles who had saw that movie sight unseen, not knowing the Tomb Raider franchise, who would have been curious to interact with it in some capacity to see, you know, get a little taste for what video games were all about.
Video Game King says that they looked it up, and the Guinness Award was for most successful video game heroine in the 2007 World Records book. Don't know how that last word got cut off.
Yeah, that's I guess it sounds more impressive. Who's
the most successful human video game?
Yeah, with all that out of the way, I'm gonna get this game started. We're gonna have to cut to the 16:9 screen for this. And here we are. Get through these title cards here. So for just record, we're playing this through Power DVD on PC, a handy app for playing Duvdas on your desktop, on your PC, on your laptop even, potentially. The most efficient way to play DVDs on your PC.
Join me. You're going to need to know a few things before we get started. In this adventure, you use your DVD remote to control the action. Press the arrow buttons up, down, left, and right, and the Enter or OK button that sits in the center to make choices during the game.
This is our tutorial, by the way.
Showing your options. So in this instance, press left to grab the cable.
The voice of...
Whoops, looks like you killed me.
To aim a weapon, use the arrow buttons to move the crosshairs and press OK or enter to fire.
The voice of Lara Croft here is credited to one
Up or down,
Janelle Elliott,
or follow a sequence of arrow presses to perform
who would voice Lara Croft in The Last Revelation, Chronicles, Angel of Darkness, and in this product here.
Items that you pick up may come in handy. To use them, either choose Use Item when it appears, or have a look in your inventory by pressing the OK or Enter button when it's available. Exploring may get you or your team extra bonus points, but it might also be dangerous. When playing in 2 teams, hand over the remote when instructed. The team that wins a level keeps their score, while the other team loses any points they gained. If you want to stop the adventure and return where you left off, take a note of the password at the end of the level. Now let's get going.
Yeah, DVDs couldn't really save your progress, per se, so you'd have to use passwords, but there is some amount of variable tracking, so they're able to do things like inventory and keeping a tally of your score, which is somewhat novel. Yeah, we're going to jump right into New Game here, and you'll notice the options here for 1 team or 2 teams, and I thought it'd be fun. I think it might be entertaining for the audience at home if we do the 2 teams option, if we compete against each other in this action adventure. Whenever you need to do an input, whenever you need to, whenever it's your turn, you just tell me what button you need me to press. I'll get you through the QTEs as well. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, assume that you can press a button enough times quickly enough to pass those.
Thank you.
Are you ready for this, Sharky?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Are you ready to finish the business we started with Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness? Because I sure am.
Welcome to this action-adventure starring our heroine, Lara Croft. Since she left behind her aristocratic inheritance in search of adventure, Lara has faced many perilous situations and dangerous foes, but this might prove to be the most testing yet. An old friend and colleague has asked Lara for help. Werner von Croy is tracking 5 obscura paintings for a client named Eckhart, a client who appears increasingly dangerous. Werner is fearful for his life. Although Lara is angry with von Croy for leaving her to die on their last adventure, she
Don't worry about it.
decides to answer.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Mended bridges.
But something is happening on the streets of Paris. A serial killer called the Monstrum is on the loose, and Lara is about to enter his lair.
I think Laura's up to the task. How about you?
I don't know. I remember how our playthrough went. Things were pretty rough.
Well, that's my fault more than Laura's, I believe.
I need you to get something for me.
Go on.
I'm tracking 5 obscura paintings for a
Ooh.
client called Eckhart.
Dutch the hell out of that angle.
Why should I care?
Because I'm being stalked.
These are cutscenes from the video game, and in case folk don't flag it, these are from the PS2 video game. They just took the FMVs and...
See this woman, Carvier. She can help.
I'm going. Eat it, Werner. You walked away and left me.
Mwah.
Lara's kind of a bitch in this game, if you don't mind my saying so. This is truly her darkest adventure. Are you okay, lady?
Did they... I don't remember. Did they play up the idea that maybe she did do it at all?
Kinda,
Or-
sort of. They do play around with the idea that she's not sure if she's responsible or not. There are times in the story. It's barely a finished video game, so they don't really fully expand on it in the ways that you would hope they would. It's not what they envision for Angel of Darkness initially, to say the least.
Oh boy, therapy dogs. You know, we went through a lot of trauma just then, seeing that guy get shot. So they're here to let us
Woof,
pet
we're here to
them.
help! Woof, woof!
That hog hurt himself, like slamming against the door. And stay out.
Oh no, her iconic backpack. Is Team 1
You
ready?
Team 1?
I'm gonna be Team 1, you'll be Team 2. That seems to make enough sense. Yeah, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Escape from the police, yeah, nothing new for me.
I must get away from the police and find out what happened.
Goodbye. Oh.
His notebook might be a place to start. I'll go and see Mademoiselle Carvier at the address he gave me.
So this is a creative way to leverage video game footage, someone playing through the game, and incorporating that into the game flow. I don't know.
Imagine being the person whose job it is to play this game for the sake of just getting the footage, right? And then, like, if you get stuck on something, like, that must be the most frustrating thing. Like, more so than getting stuck playing the game on your own time. Getting stuck playing the game when it's your job to get footage of you not getting stuck.
So we have some choices here. We have open door, search, or we can access our inventory. And it will let us hang on here as long as we need to make said decision. Let's try to open the door, why don't we?
It's padlocked. I need something to force it open.
Well, that doesn't really leave us many choices here, except to search, except to move on to the other remaining option. This intro segment, this first part of the game, is meant to serve as a sort of tutorial to teach you how the game is meant to work and so forth, so this is pretty forgivable.
A crowbar.
It sure is. Oh, it's thundering outside right now. It's raining in the game too. I feel really immersed right now.
A gun. I'll keep that ready to use.
I was really hoping that we'd see the text on the screen that says, like, I feel like I'm getting stronger now.
No, I don't think they have those in this game, unfortunately.
Because that was one of the things I really remember from our playthrough, was for the longest time, you didn't believe me that you gained those stat points at set intervals. Because you thought it was something that just, like, happened based on things that you did. Because you didn't want to believe that the game was so rushed that they changed that entire system to just be fixed progress points, pretending to be leveling up.
Oh, that was one of our first on-air arguments. Do you remember that? It's... Man, that takes me back. So we have the option here to shoot or stealth attack. Now, I would be led to believe that stealth attack is probably the preferable option here. Would probably get us the point. So let's go ahead and do that.
What's the worst that could happen if you shot him?
That might be useful.
What if, like, shooting him actually gave you, like, 5 points? Like, that was rad.
Then I'm sabotaging myself. Then you're gonna pull ahead when the time comes to switch teams. Well, let's look around, why don't we?
It looks
Like,
like
when we switch
the way is down.
When we switch teams, do I play from the top, or do I pick up where you leave off?
Mercifully, you pick up where I laid off. This game is actually very amenable to streaming in this sort of format. I'll go ahead and use the key.
It doesn't sound like it's very amenable to player 2, because if player 1 just knows exactly what to do, player 2 never plays the game.
That is true.
I do like how they refer to it not as player 1, player 2, but team 1 and team 2.
Because who knows how many players are playing on either side of the remote.
Which gives the impression of, like, 3 people, you know, saying, all right, team, it's our turn. Let's huddle up and discuss. Do we want to search or do we want to open the door?
Team. Do we want to move the cupboard, climb the stairs, or play it safe? Now, I should mention, the play safe option will basically skip through all the decisions you would make and just get you directly to the ending, but you won't get any points for it. any opportunities you might have to earn points during your decision making will be forfeit. So we're going to avoid the play safe option whenever possible and let the game play out. Wow, they are taking a while to burst down that door.
I'm surprised at loot. I kind of figured that when we got to the end of that scene, it was going to be like, okay, and they bust down the door.
No, that is the curious thing, is that they do give you infinite time. They will just loop a scene, even if it is something that seems as urgent as the police about to bust down a door. I'll go ahead and move the cupboard.
And then they just open the door to the side.
Well, they do anyway. Yeah, they just burst it
well.
down. It's a good gesture, but...
I've got to get away from this tear gas.
Man, how ratty is this apartment complex where they just have, like, boards over huge holes in the... in the staircase? Imagine living here.
The rent's cheap.
Now, running, jump, or jump? Decisions. Let's try a basic jump.
Yeah, I might twist my ankle if I do a running jump.
And there we go. So for
my
Suzuka,
turn.
who asked, is it possible the game over? Yes, in the sense that you can make mistakes, and then it'll just rewind you to a certain point, and then
I
allow
think
you
we
to
should
take
run
it.
and jump.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Then we fall here too. Well, what now?
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead and do it correctly.
Yeah, I
you.
trust you to press down 3 times in the course of 15 seconds. I think you're capable of that much. Now, do we...
Well, I'm just going to assume we should probably pull the lever.
Why not?
And not just leave and assume everything will work out.
Prepe Fiasco in chat says, well, la-dee-da. Apparently Cass lives in a fancy mansion with no holes in the ground, unlike the rest of us. Now, the 1% live.
Explore?
Yeah, why not? What's the harm?
I mean,
It's not like
you're
we're
a
being
Tomb
actively
Raider,
pursued by the police or anything, right? It's...
Okay, I don't have to choose. Okay.
I think this song is from Tomb Raider 2? I think this is called Laura in the Snow. This weird techno song. I think all these songs are pulled from previous Tomb Raider games.
Hey, I found a point in the cupboard. Okay, I think I literally just found a point in the cupboard.
Well, congratulations. In this level, Team 2 scored 4 points out of 5. Team 1, you have scored 0 points. So I don't get credit for anything? I don't get credit for that stealth
Out of
kill?
100. You had way more opportunities to get points, apparently.
You stole all my
can-
points, you son of a bitch.
I can only earn 5. Okay, now, there we are.
Don't worry, we'll get them in the second half, folks at home. Team 1's gonna pull ahead at some point. Yeah, everyone note this password down.
Hmm?
Ready? Ready as I'll ever be. Margot Carvier's apartment.
The police is still on my trail, but I think that I can get to Carvier's apartment this way.
I think this was the part where, like, depending on what you said, would change if she called the cops on you or not.
That's coming up.
Yeah, like, what? That's the person, though, I think. Because I'm curious if they keep that mechanic in there at all.
You'll see.
Alright, this is your turn.
Yeah, I'm considering whether I want to grab the cable, jump, or look around.
Yeah, do you think you can jump from here to that building over there?
Well, Lara Croft is pretty athletic, so I think I'll chance it with the jump.
My legs feel stronger now.
You know?
Alright, I guess it's my turn.
I think I made the wrong call there.
The police is still on my trail.
Look at those pixelized eyebrows. They couldn't up the resolution on that? They couldn't cheat that a little bit?
I mean, they're working what they got, right?
No,
They have a
there are
copy of
some...
the game.
This is an insert shot. You see this shot here? That one that was like... There are a few shots they invented for the game. Some like pre-rendered things. So they could have cheated that. If they so chose to.
Why don't we look?
Yeah, sure.
Look at
That
look at
cable
that.
runs across. I can use that.
Okay, jump. No, cable. Grab cable.
So here's the thing. Is that they give you the option to grab the cable without having to look first.
See me.
I think the game would have probably been better served if you had to look around to unlock those extra options. So it sort of rewarded you taking the time to look around, but...
Yeah, that option was just like, tell me the right way to do it. Anyway, pull up. No. Check out what I could do, helicopter. Alright, goodbye. Duck?
Sure.
Alright.
That rules! It's stuck in them with no cover whatsoever. What do you expect to happen?
Like, I don't know what it was gonna, like, hide. I don't know if she was just gonna hide in a corner and, like, cower or something.
I can get to Carvia this way.
Okay, so we do have to go through this again. I think I'll just climb up. I won't even bother looking.
I wonder if that gets you a point for not looking. Probably not.
They mustn't see me.
You know, I learned from you, Charky. I'll pull up instead of jumping here. That seems the right way to go.
What if you look coming up here? If you just stand there and it looks like I can hide behind this bang.
You know, fuck it. Let's find out. Oh, no!
Okay. My turn.
This is still on my trail. But
Let's just, you know what I want to do up until that point, and then we just hide.
Sure.
I was kind of hoping that was going to happen. That look in that case was just going to be like, oh, hello.
they mustn't see me.
And just to confirm, you want to pull up here instead of jumping to your death?
Please.
Okay, fair enough. You know, you do you.
Actually, jump would have sent me out of bounds into the next level. Okay, now let's hide.
A grand idea.
Oh yeah, we're safe here now. Man, go for it sounds real bad.
So you want to go left?
Left is where that helicopter is going to kill us. I think go for it has to be it, right?
You are correct. Oh,
Okay, you do this.
QTEs in a DVD game. 2006 was the era of the QTE, so... Well, what now?
Jump? God, I have a bad feeling about this. Oh, phew. No points, though.
Do you want to look or climb? Remember, play safe is not an option here. We're going to skip all the play safe prompts.
I feel like what good could look possibly do for us, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say climb? I'm definitely getting shot. No. Okay. That helicopter is very, like, hesitant to shoot us, it seems, all things considered.
Oh,
Do the thing.
I have 15 seconds to press the button one more time.
I'll do it.
Okay. She had to really think about that. She really had to psych herself up for that jump. Why would you skip this? This is the exciting action part. Yeah, it's about to
I
get a
noticed
little
that-
too intense, so...
I noticed that prompt was only on the screen during the action part. I'm fine.
Look, we know you're here for the choices.
Carvier's apartment is just around the corner.
Frappe Fiasco says, looks like Laura is going in with the trash. Congratulations on scoring 3 points out of 5. Again, I'm still at 0 out of 100. Oh, I'm gonna have to make it up in the back half.
Where could I have gotten those other 2 points from?
Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna have to. And again, for folk playing around, for playing at home, 18563.
We're gonna upload these codes to GameFAQs.
Actually, that Tomb Raider Chronicles website I listed earlier has a complete list of codes for all the potential chapter selects here, which is very handy of them, very nice of them to do.
Every permutation of point spread.
Who is it?
Mademoiselle Carvier, it's Lara Croft. I need your help.
I recognize you from photos and Werner's description. Come in.
Thank you.
An evil night to be out alone, Miss Croft. Our streets are not safe anymore.
Mademoiselle Carvier, I have just come from Werner's apartment.
And how is Werner?
I'm afraid Werner is dead.
What happened?
It's all a bit vague. I arrived at his apartment today from London. He was babbling with fear.
Werner left a package here with me. I was to give it to you if anything happened to him.
Do you know what it is?
It's his field notebook.
Who was the commission from?
The client's name was Eckhart. He wanted Werner to research something called the Obscura paintings. Werner approached me at my department at the Louvre.
Do you have the notebook?
I do. It's safe for the moment.
So here's where the dialogue options come into play. They actually do translate these in some capacity, which is, I think, neat. I think these were some of the most interesting parts of that game. Unexplored, unrealized potential here. I think that original Angel of Darkness would have benefited from like having a good or bad path, where you could play Lara as being like a really mean, vindictive bitch, or, you know, the way they probably intend you to play as her, which is her making, you know, mostly like morally good decisions. So we,
I think in the game it was generally, do you progress the game or do you die?
It was, do you progress the game, do you die, or do you have to do some busy work? So I know from experience that selecting phrase A here and trying to intimidate her will result in us having to search the apartment trying to find the notebook, whereas phrase B will be the more kind route, will be the more the path of least resistance. So obviously I'm going to go with the antagonistic route.
Then I suggest you give it to me now.
Somebody killed Werner. You say you don't remember clearly what happened. Perhaps the police are right in suspecting you.
I never killed Werner.
I think you better leave, Miss Croft.
What about the notebook?
I think not. Werner was unsure of you, and so am I.
Mademoiselle, what are you doing?
I decided it would be wrong of me to hand over the notebook. I'm going to call the police.
I can't hear you. Can you open the door up again? Can you?
But that's all the chance I'm giving.
All right, do we go for it or play safe?
Only one chance. I mean, only one option, rather.
I haven't got much time.
Yeah, as indicated by that bar in the top left. We can wait. See what happens if we stand here in the foyer for...
I can wait or I can wait.
I'll search.
Now, if I remember correctly, if you act nice, you get more time to literally just rob this woman.
Yes. Let's search right first.
Werner's notebook.
Oh, damn it. I found it on the first try. We probably forfeited some points there. We probably lost a couple points there. That'll come back to bite me. Hurry up! Make a decision before the time runs out. We can continue searching or leave.
I feel like you lost points when you decided to, like, be an asshole to her.
Yeah, probably. You know what? Fuck it. I'm a bounce.
Oh, my ankle. Oh. Mademoiselle, do you have a Band-Aid?
Do you have an ice pack for my...
4 out of 5.
Oh, yeah, we're catching up now,
Ow.
baby!
Where did those... Where did 3 of those points come from?
Yeah, the math is a little fuzzy here. They're a little generous with the points and spots, so I still have some catching up to do, so don't you worry yet. Your place in first place is still secured for now. Oh, now it's Team 2's turn. You ready to follow the clues in Von Croy's notebook?
Alright, up to follow clues, down to just go somewhere else. Apparently I pressed down. Why am I sleeping on an empty subway car?
Werner's notebook mentions Bouchard. If I track him down, maybe it will lead to something.
I would say explore. I mean, that's
Okay.
what you do, right? You're a Tomb Raider.
Well, this isn't a tomb.
It will be.
What's your pitch?
All Paris is my pitch. Got any spare change? For a coffee?
Maybe. I need to find a man.
Then look no further, my petite.
This is a particular man. Bouchard. Louis Bouchard. Know him?
No, never heard of him.
Even for spare change?
Go away, I never heard of him.
All right, we'll bounce. We'll see.
Point. Well, I know what's going to happen if I hit explore again, which would be funny, but let's move it along and hit climb.
But what if we explore it again? I see chat saying explore again, Suzuka in chat. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. What's the worst that could happen?
You remember me? I hope not. I have a question for you.
Is this your pitch?
All Paris is...
Of course, it's just a...
Yeah, press OK to skip.
All right. Oh, I pressed enter twice, so now we have look at our inventory, because there is an inventory in this game. We still have that
look at the
crowbar.
notebook.
Nothing.
Yeah, okay. Well,
All right. Get
back into it.
Yeah, let me figure out how to get back into
Back.
it.
Back would be back into it.
There we go.
Okay,
All
so
right.
climb.
Video Game King suggests that we use crowbar on homeless guy. Lara needs meats. That did look like a tasty steak he had to get into that stick, so...
Why don't we look?
I wonder what's up there.
Boing! So climb.
You sure you don't want to go
This
back?
really feels like the illusion of choice.
I kind of appreciate the choose your own adventure sort of high this is hitting.
None of these sound good. Right? Like, left is a sheer drop. Jump, am I jumping off?
It's a little vague.
I would say jump?
Okay, your funeral.
There we go.
You missed out on a bonus point, by the way, I'm sad to say.
Oh well. Yeah, talk.
You looking for anything special, little lady?
So what are you, a city guide?
That's right, I'm a city guide, all tastes and interests catered for.
Good. I need directions. I'm trying to find a man called Bouchard. Do you know him?
That's not a healthy kind of question to be asking.
Don't tell me Paris is dangerous.
Oh, we got all kinds of rough stuff here in Paris, including our own serial killer. Are you heard of the Monstrum, huh? Are you heard of him?
I would say B.
Okay, your funeral.
What do you really know about the Monstrum?
Not much. The killings are very messy, grisly, no one safe.
Even Bouchard?
Lady, no one, no exceptions. Have you heard what the Monstrum does to the victims?
So how do I contact Bouchard?
He won't have time for casual callers.
I love how his beeper is just right on his neck for easy access.
Yeah,
Remember beepers, folks?
flashy joint.
Only 90s kids will remember beepers.
I guess leave. I better have gotten a point for getting information. You remember the hub world?
the barely utilized hub world? Yes, I do.
I guess talk to her.
Not a lot of passing trade at this hour.
It's early yet. Move along, ma chère. You make the place look crowded.
What if I wanted to hire you? What if I was a
I would say A. I would say A for sure.
small talk 'em?
Have you
Yeah,
worked in
it-
the neighborhood for long?
And not like call her like a lower class
Name of Bouchard.
dumb or
Find
anything.
him here, ma chère. He did run the club across the road. Le
Europe 2!
to move premises.
Oh,
There was
finally.
a lot of trouble, I heard.
The squeakquel to Europe we've been waiting for so long.
And no one knows where he is.
In other regions, they call it Asia.
Terrible old the janitor there. He hangs about in the park sometimes.
Explore. I assume that conversation was not at all necessary.
Yeah, there's not an option for hire her for services, so I guess we'll just explore in lieu of that.
We can't hire her as a gun to help us fight enemies.
Your name's Bernard. Janice said I might find you here.
She shouldn't be giving my name out like that. What do you want? I'm busy.
I'm trying to find you. Janice said you worked for him.
You mean Bouchard?
He may know what happened to a friend of mine.
Bouchard has had big trouble lately. And he owes me. Big time.
Perhaps I can help you. What does Bouchard owe you?
A box. My box. And I want it back. It was hidden at his old club, the Serpent Rouge. But things got nasty. I had to leave it behind.
What if I were to retrieve it for you from this club?
I know a password that gets you past Bouchard's door guard at his new hideout.
Okay. So do we have a deal? Your box for the password?
Deal. This will get you into the garage next to the Serpent Rouge. From there, a passage leads you into the main building.
I don't remember the details, but there's a broken quest involving that guy in the main game.
You have a
where
choice
you get
between
stuck in
two
this
quests. Yeah, in the original game, there were multiple routes you could go through. You could choose to engage with that guy or to pursue another lead in order to progress the game. But in this game, it's sort of streamlined into one.
Go ahead and look.
There might be something useful on the workbench.
And no option to look at the workbench.
No option. Yeah.
How's she
Again,
gonna lift
lose
that
no choice.
car?
Lift the car. With your bare hands, Laura.
I feel stronger now.
Do thing.
Only because he said so. Only because he asked me to nicely, so.
Do. Up. I feel like when people talk about, like, the future of games being AI and AI making games for you, like, this is what they want. They just want to be able to tell the screen, like, do thing. Go do. Thank you. Search.
Yeah, it seems like the more thorough option.
I'll take this socket wrench.
I always wanted one.
This will go nicely in my museum of collectibles. An authentic...
My priceless relics, the Ark of the Covenant,
in this socket.
in the socket wrench. Look.
Now, how do I get out of here?
Probably the way you came in.
Well, I mean, you would get out of here if you left, but I would say go ahead.
See if that pays off for you.
Looks like I need a special tool for this.
Ah, you have a inventory.
Yeah, they're kind of
Now,
giving it away here, aren't they?
Now, I don't know what the thing you're looking at is, so I don't know what tool it is.
If I remember correctly in the original game, this is just a switch that you pull. No tools required. But since the game is telling us to do this...
I don't know. I assume that you don't die if you do the wrong answer, so just use whatever.
All right.
Yeah, all right, good. Good thing I have my trusty socket wrench for that.
Good thing I passed the ID verification that you... You know, there are fingerprint scanners and there's socket wrench scanners.
I guess you gotta go for it. I'm going for it. Look at me go for it. Alright, do thing correctly. Kill.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
Go, do it. Okay. You're not gonna fuck me out of this win.
Well, there you go.
Thank you.
That's what shooting looks like on a DVD in an interactive DVD game. Just in case
Is that
anyone...
how it worked? Is that how it worked, like in the Mad Dog McCree on DVD? Or...
Yeah, no, straight up. Yeah, no, I played those Mad Dog McCree DVD games at a point. I think when I was researching the Mazer article on the website, badgamehallofame.com/Mazer. Yeah, these games would straight up, it's like, hey, there's like 9 quadrants on the screen that you can move the crosshair to, then you just press enter when you're in the right spot. So yeah, there was a precedent for this again, but I'm just glad they have it. I mean, that's kind of fun, isn't it? I mean, it's not, it's quite as interactive as playing a proper video game, but they're trying to translate that action into a very limited format for whatever that's worth.
I can't wait for the boss fights.
I mean, we're gonna get to those. This is a complete conversion of the entirety of Angel of Darkness, or whatever they were able to actually release of it. So
I feel like in this first hour, we've gone through the entirety of episode 1.
Not yet. You'll see when Act 1 ends. They'll have a clear delineation point for that. Okay,
no,
it's
I
my
mean
turn.
episode 1 of our playthrough.
Find Bernard's
As in the first
box.
video.
So this
Good
is
thing I found a second socket wrench.
now to find Bernard's box.
Oh, this part sucked, right?
Yeah, this was rough. The platforming in Angel of Darkness was a little bit below par.
In short time, your fate will be sealed, Superman.
Thank you for that, Patrick Meows. Okay, press the up arrow while it is flashing. What if we don't press it while it's flashing?
Then I get more points. Okay, I want you to press the up arrow while it's flashing. Thank you. Do thing.
3. Do you want me to do it a 4th time? I'm not sure if
Yes.
you want me to do it a 4th time or not. Okay, there we go.
And then play DDR.
Aye, I'm your little Lara Croft.
Heartbeat thing. Dun dun.
Yeah, they do this a lot in this game. Try and drive
This
the
is where your
intensity.
legs feel stronger now. I remember that.
It's your call.
I think I remember. Oh, go for it. I think I remember that part of the playthrough. Left, right, left.
Tell me that sequence again. Do you remember
Left,
it?
right, left.
Good job.
I think I remember that part of the playthrough when I said, "Now you're gonna kick the door and your legs are gonna get stronger," and it happened, and you were like, "Well, that's just a coincidence." I really should go back and watch some of that playthrough again, just to remember exactly at what point you realized, oh, this game really is that rushed.
Slime Generator in chat says, version of this game compiled from Cass's footage where it just keeps cutting between clips of Lara missing platforms. Man, I feel attacked
Just
right
like
now.
just save state loaded up in the left corner.
Congratulations on scoring 5 points out of 5, by the way. Man, I'm really behind right now. This will be my chance to earn those points back.
Once Bernard has his box, I can get on and find Bouchard.
Like, mathematically, if I get 51 points or more, I can just walk away, right? Because I win at that point.
None that actually crippled me? No. So what's the password?
Give me the box first. It's mine.
Oh, my precious box. Oh.
No option except to access our inventory and give him a crowbar. No, this game's no fun.
There's no point in the game where he goes like, "This is not my box." So.
Okay. It's Pluie Noire. Talk to Bouchard's doorman.
And this is guaranteed to get me to Bouchard, with no hitches.
I didn't say anything about no hitches, but it will work.
It had better. Where do I find this doorman?
He's at the side of the old church on Rue Dominique. It's run as a gym now.
Right. We're done. But if this doesn't work out, Bernard, I know where to find you.
And your box.
Thank you, by the way, whoever gifted a community sub. Thank you kindly, Anonymous.
Hi, I want to see Bouchard.
Nothing doing.
I have something for you.
What have you got?
2 little words.
Oh, fuck, I wasn't paying attention. I'm pretty sure it was, fruit rare, right? That's what he... I don't understand French, so I'm assuming that's what he said.
Now remember, you guard the store, and if anyone comes up to you and says the words fruit rare, you open fire. I think it's on the... I couldn't hear him very well either. One on the left?
Louis Noir.
Why didn't you say so?
Bang, 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 bang.
Why didn't you say so the first time before I shot you dead?
So now we know we have to actually pay attention to things, which is going to be an issue for both of us.
Ah, why start now? Magic Meows ask, wait, how did Charky pronounce noir?
I thought I said noir.
Noir.
There's also an E. There's an E at the end of it, too. Noir is not spelled with an E at the end of it. I'm gonna... go for it.
Sure will.
I may have pronounced... shoot the thing correctly.
You sure you want to shoot the dog?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Well, you fucked me out of my points. Oh, hit the button.
Damn, dump a few more rounds into him. Why not, right? Fuck.
I think I might have said Noir because it was spelled N-O-I-R-E, which is, again, not how you spell noir. I would say look. Oh, Magnificent Scoop says the feminine version of noir has an E and it's pronounced slightly different than, well, noir. Well, okay, so I don't know how it's... Thank you.
Look at this.
I now know that.
They actually added another option after we looked. They actually added the climb option after that.
Yeah.
Now, that's cool, actually. They actually rewarded you for looking around rather than just having the options there by default.
Of course, they wait until, like, the point where you'd be trained to not think that would happen to do that, but go ahead and climb.
That's what I was asking for earlier. I'm happy now, actually. I'm actually really impressed that they hid an option behind actually being observant for a change.
Whoever was recording the gameplay footage really just wanted to show off there. Well, let's look again.
I might be able to get up there.
Now there's added an option that says get up there. Nope. Well, hold on.
Jump ahead or jump? What's the fucking difference?
Jump ahead? Right, because where else would you jump? Up, right, up. Remember how you said you were just going to do the QuickTime events for me?
Yeah, well, I changed my mind.
Okay, well, look.
The statue might be a way in.
All right, to face that statue, then.
Go for it. Down, left, down. Where would jump have taken us? Down, left, down.
Very good.
Take that, dead person's grave.
I'm in.
Hacker voice. I'm in. And I'm really behind now. But this is my turn.
Now to find Bouchard.
And I'm not gonna waste it.
So you do something that you think is funny. Huh? What?
Oh. I'm assuming the ground behind us collapsed, so... I'm not one for looking around. Let's just jump.
Alright, so it's my turn.
That was like a 5-foot drop. How did
Yeah,
that?
she was fine in the footage.
She didn't even die in the animation. She didn't even like get hurt. She just fuck.
All right, look around.
I wonder if that pipe will hold me.
Well, hang and move.
Fuck. Man, I'm just throwing these points away.
Oh, up, 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 up.
Yeah, you said it 4 times. That's the magic amount of times you have to say it for.
They didn't need to see that. Isn't this where we see the weird, yeah? And we never really got an answer as to what the fuck is happening that's turning people into
Yeah, they
blue.
didn't have time to finish that.
Well, ahead.
You sure you didn't want to use the crowbar on the door?
Your man in the room out there, Bouchard.
To Arno? You've got something to say about that?
Maybe. It might be linked to what happened to a friend of mine.
I doubt it. Get her out of here.
Do you know the name Eckhart?
My friend also turned to goo.
Okay. You helped a friend of mine a while back. Werner von Croy.
Names don't mean a lot here. Even real ones. What did he want?
Maps and information on the Louvre.
I remember, 4 weeks ago. Wanted to take a coachload of Japanese tourists to see the Mona Lisa.
All right, your choice.
I remember that the wrong choice is going to kill us. I'll say A.
Sorry, did I hear B? Yeah, I'm gonna press B for you.
A.
Bouchard. I lost that friend yesterday.
You better watch your mouth, lady.
I'll watch nothing. I'm sick of your proof.
Wow. She's beautiful.
Don't need things to get any worse.
And how will that happen? You'll set these pussycats on me, right?
Wrong. I'll take care of this myself. Welcome to Paris.
Wow, Truck, I
well,
can't believe you selected the wrong option there. That was really foolish of you.
Oh, that's how we're doing this.
Yeah. Chucky has left the call, everybody, for the benefit of folk at home. For the benefit of the bit, Chucky has left the Discord call that we need to. Well, now it's my turn.
I'll give you another chance.
Oh, thank you. How magnanimous of you.
Easy, Bouchard. I lost that friend yesterday.
I'm sorry, I wanted to see Laura get shot down again.
You get it. Wanted access to recent archaeological diggings inside the Louvre. I gave him contact. You want the same?
And more. I need 9mm protection, backpack, plastic explosive, stun packs. Paris isn't safe these days.
And scuba gear. I'm Gogo 13.
Kill yourself.
Do you have what I need?
I know who does. Daniel Rennes works out of the pawnbrokers on the corner of the Rue Saint-Marc and Cour la Seine.
What would you suggest?
A trade. I have to get certain things into his hands. Passports. You could deliver them for me.
Why not have one of your men deliver your passports?
Have no one to spare.
Okay, deal.
Make sure Ren get that package. And be sure it is Ren.
What a low rent operation. This guy doesn't have goons to spare. There's something as simple as picking up passports.
We had one goon, but now he's made of Elmer glue, apparently.
There, I got 2 points for that. I'm moving on up in the world.
I could have had 5, is the thing.
Yeah, but I wanted to be petty.
I'll deliver these passports for Bouchard and get the equipment I need. Then I can follow up on why Werner was interested in the archaeological dig at the Louvre.
You know, something I've talked about.
I don't remember that guy.
Are you sure you don't remember that guy? That guy's pretty important to the plot.
I don't remember that guy's outfit. I'll put it that way.
Something I like about this is that something I've always complained about is how hub worlds in games are ultimately useless. How those would be better as just menus, as just options. So this game is just cutting all that fat, trimming all that fat out.
I'm a little late.
Whose turn is this?
Oh, I don't even fucking remember. We've already abandoned that bit by this point, I think.
Hit I. Hit info. The score.
Okay.
It's okay, so it's my turn.
Oh, yeah, that's a good way to indicate that, actually.
I would say left. Maybe we should check out what happened over here.
Are you sure? It's pretty grisly.
This wallet might be useful.
Good
Wow.
work, Detective Laura.
No respect for the dead.
Ooh. Quite a choice, huh? I would say right.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
A bomb! I may not have much time.
But yeah, now we know there's a bomb.
I may not have much time. Let me slowly walk back to the point I was at before.
I would say left to get down into the shelter, because I think that's where we go, right? No? Okay, ahead then.
By process of
I
elimination.
need an entry code for this door.
I. And then check the wallet. Unlock. Play safe always ends up in like the situation where there's only one option.
14529.
14529.
Yeah, I know what buttons I press. You don't need to show me the animation here.
Explosives might be useful.
Blow up the bomb faster. Alright, pick up. Well.
Damn it.
Down, up, right, left.
Good call.
Jump down or play it safe.
Wow, look at this thing
How
spontaneously
did that?
combust.
Up, 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 up. Thank you. Oh, this is where we stopped for an episode, right?
Yeah, this is where they introduced Curtis, the deuteragonist.
Emphasis on dude.
Parkour
Plus 1
fail
point.
compilation. Wow, what a badass. He's so cool.
Didn't they want to give him his own game or something? Was
They
that the
did,
plan?
and then they didn't.
Cabal members, the hour of your reward grows ever closer. As you know, we already possess 3 of the Obscura paintings.
What was that on the wall?
Our contact, Professor Von Croy, located the 4th one for us here in Paris.
I can't understand a goddamn word he's
Put some
saying.
subtitles on the screen.
We will reassemble in Prague.
Just sounds like.
Look at his scarf clipping.
Time to awaken the sleeper. Hopefully, we will be more successful this time. We are also closer to the 5th and last Obscura painting in Prague. We will gather at the Strahov. Gunderson.
Master Eckhart.
I love you.
Dispatch your team for the 4th painting.
Immediately.
As soon as you take your hand off me.
He is so marble mouthed. He's just like every line. He's like.
Yeah, congrats on scoring more points, you bitch. Ah, we're 1/3 of the way through the game. Wonderful.
All right. Go buy the second DVD in the series.
A 3-part DVD adventure. Ready as I'll ever be. Alright, now is the time to break into the Louvre.
Werner was investigating the Obscura paintings. The Louvre might provide some answers.
The shit wing of the Louvre.
Fuck it, jump.
Your choice.
Oh no, I made the wrong call? What a surprise, what a shock.
Werner was investigating the Obscura paintings. The Louvre might provide some answers, and these storm drains may be a way in.
Oh,
I'm gonna look.
Boring.
I need to stop the water flow.
Alright, right.
This immediately gets shot in the head apropos of nothing.
Final boss is just right there. Well, I know what not to do. I'm just gonna say back. They're all bad options here.
Boring. You're no fun, Sharky.
Alright, so is it gonna put me back to this choice, or is it gonna just... Yeah, okay.
What do you think?
Well, or it could have just sent me all the way to the left. Which is where I want to go, left. Up, 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 up.
Well played.
They always pick the, least exciting moments to do this. Cut the music, do the heartbeat sound effect thing.
It's when they need to trim a lot of footage, when they need to skip a lot of level. Because that process would have taken, 5 minutes in the original game.
This is what I thought it was going to do, was take me to the next place like this. Anyway, I don't see what the difference with any of these are. I'm just going to say crawl, because that makes the most sense.
Okay.
What would a jump have done?
You just bonked your head, giving yourself an immediate concussion.
Up, 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 up.
One down and one to go.
How does she know that?
She built the Louvre.
Isn't this tense? Doesn't the heartbeat make this that much more tense?
Go for it. Up, down, up. Every time I see go for it, I just think of that Corey Feldman song. Yeah, press the button. And then press it again. I'm gonna say press it one more time. Chat, what do you think I should do? I can wait. While I'm waiting, you press the button. Oh, it times out?
It just makes you loop it again. There's no urgency to this, so fuck it, whatever. It's a gimme for you.
Now I can get through.
Some of those will punish you if you don't do it in time, but I didn't see the harm in that particular instance.
Show off.
Well, look who's played a Tomb Raider video game before. Ooh, aren't they special?
Think about how many times this person, whoever did this recording, had to, load the game over again so they could get footage of fucking up. So they'd have to go through a whole section, and then die, and then come back and do it again, and then die a different way. Tedious. Climb down. Hell, sometimes don't even die. Like that one pit that you fell in that they just completely survived and said game over. Man, there's not a lot of choices. Sometimes. Back, jump. Surface. Wait, bad. I made a mistake. Yeah, we died like this in the actual playthrough, too.
Well, now it's my turn to capitalize.
Yep. My turn to go use the restroom real quick.
Can't skip this, unfortunately.
I need to put this out of action.
I'm amazed they don't have you use the inventory to place the bomb on the thing in this instance. They're assuming a lot of us here. Now, left or right is a legitimate choice to have to make here. I choose left. I wonder what the ramifications of that choice is. If you go right, do you just walk directly into the fire? Who's to say?
Damn, the whole place is on fire.
Well, time to turn around and go back home. Decisions. Now, if she jumps, will she jump directly into the fire like a fucking idiot? Only one way to find out. Well. Whoa, look at that scene transition! Look at that white! That's impressive. Video Toaster wishes it was as technologically advanced as Tomb Raider, the action adventure.
Oh, I missed it. It just got back.
Well, I'm behind by 15 points, but...
This is a present from me to you.
Well, thank you very much, Grenatag. 17 months. Man, we've been doing this for a minute, haven't we?
Yeah.
We did this playthrough. We did this original playthrough of Angel of Darkness like a year and a... Almost 2 years ago, actually. Closer to a year and a half, but time flies. So if folk at home ever wanted to check out the Louvre, don't you worry.
The virtual tour? I think it's my turn.
Yes.
So, look.
I can climb up there to avoid the lasers.
Wow, no appreciation for the arts here from Laura.
Let's climb up there to avoid the lasers.
Grenatag says, back in my day, LPs came on DVD. Yeah, the best of the men drinking coffee, now on DVD. Oh, look, there's a flashing arrow, so you probably want to press it.
When it turns yellow, I want you to jump. There you go. Now, when it turns yellow, I want you to jump.
Good call.
Look?
That might be a way around the lasers.
Didn't we get stuck at this part briefly?
Yes, I believe I did. I believe I fucked this up.
I actually don't know what to do.
Make a guess.
Legitimately. Look one more time, just so I can see what she's looking at.
That might be a way around the lasers.
Jeez, I don't know. Hang and move.
Good call. That is the correct solution. That's what we had to do in the original game. That's what took me a while to figure out when we were actually playing this game for real.
I guess right.
You're no fun. You're not willing to sacrifice your performance for...
I didn't want to do that, have us do that whole room again. Go
now,
for it.
Open the door or bang your head against it until you knock yourself out. Slime Generator says we should get Bad Game Hall of Fame DVDs like the Irate Gamer DVDs Chris Boers used to sell. We'll get right on that, folks.
Shoot the bad man.
Well, he's not bad. He's just a fucking museum guard. Okay. Now, in the original game, this was a tranquilizer gun that you have the option to use here. We just mowed down a hapless security guard.
A low-level security pass.
I want to stress that you had the option to use. We definitely killed a bunch of security
Need
guards.
another way out.
What kind of security camera beams out a bright red light?
Now, when it turns yellow, I want you to press ahead. Okay, that didn't sync up at all. Dealt the deck.
Love the Foley, they...
What?
Why would you do that? Why would you put that in there? Why would they show that in the frame?
Bury me with my money.
Bury me with the Mona Lisa.
Look.
Looks like a vent I can get through above the painting. The pass should briefly disable the security system.
Use item? What item?
The security pass.
Oh.
I only have a short time to get through.
Up, 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 down.
What a stupid security system. What a dumb place to put a vent. Wow,
Yay.
5 points out of 5. Look at the big gamer Charky. Ooh, I've played a video game before. Me disadvantaged by only having watched movies on DVD instead of playing video games on them.
Yeah, I mean, you have studied the DVD controller more than I have. You know, you should be in an advantage here.
Carvier didn't tell me what Von Croy wanted in the Louvre. Maybe her office will provide some clues.
I guess I'll kick. Some of these choices are pretty pointless. This one, though. Yeah,
Brutal.
fuck you, buddy. Fuck your 9 to 5. Wrong place, wrong time, motherfucker!
Yeah, he really needed 5 shots to the back to make sure.
Man has a wife and kids at home. I guess I'll grab. I remember getting stuck at this point in the game a lot, because this place is very poorly signposted.
Losing my grip.
I'm losing my grip on reality. Why am I killing all these guards at the Louvre?
Oh, that's a quick one. They really didn't give me much time for that. Yeah, I think I did. Louise PSC says, if she kills enough people, the first murder will be forgotten. Yeah, that's quintuple jeopardy. If you kill 4 people after the first person you kill, then they have to waive the... I'm gonna jump. This looks like a jump rather than a climb, if you ask me.
That honestly looks like a situation where they would have you say, look. They have some sort of idea.
Well, shit, you didn't tell me which, like, office is which. I can't, like, look and be like, well, this one has a nameplate in front of it. Fuck it, I'll go right.
I mean, it's not like one office is just going to be every guard with their gun drawn all at once.
Security room. I can take a look around.
Yeah, it seemed for A New Hope, where it's just a million stormtroopers all hanging out together. Some of these choices are a little arbitrary. Well, let's do them all in order.
This looks promising.
And it's just a gun pointed at you.
Well, I love a good fireplace. I'm sort of scouting a fireplace for my mansion back at home, so.
The fireplace. Nothing of interest there.
Why did I look at that? What's wrong with me?
Remember, we have 3 monitors to go through.
Nothing much here.
Nothing but books, and I don't know how to read.
That might be useful.
AOL Instant Messenger. Do you remember the number on there?
I just wrote it down. I figured that'll help both of us later.
Carvier's office. I need the entry code.
And then he trips a wire and gets a game over.
Nothing.
I'm gonna
Question
guess.
is, do you remember it?
1, 4, 3, 6, 9? Apparently not.
That seems to have teleported me back 5 feet. 1, 4, 6, 3, 9. You were very close.
I was so close. They should give me that on merit. As long as you remember what the digits were, they should give you at least partial credit for that.
Yeah, I think that's how locks should work in real life, too.
You never know who might be watching.
Move the hand to search room. This is new.
Oh, yeah.
I can't check Laura herself.
Frappe Fiasco says, good news, Cass. Someone accepted my offer for the Tiger Woods DVD game so I can give the ISO.
Drawn copies of the paintings contain encrypted maps of each painting's location.
What else can we... I want to check out the fireplace still. I'm still looking. I'm still a prospective buyer.
There's information here on the Obscura paintings. It says there were 5 images painted over with religious imagery.
What says that?
1800s to hide their true meaning.
The fireplace said that?
says...
Locations by an order sworn to protect their meaning, the Lux Veritatis.
I think it actually says guy tied to a post with a castle in the background.
Information from Vasily. When the paintings were hidden, secret copies were made.
Make a note of that number. It might be useful later.
Too. They became
Let me write it down.
obscure engravings. It looks like Vasily discovered the location of all 5 of the engravings.
I'll write it down under this number that says 14639.
I think there's one more spot we can check.
Carvier's security pass and notes. Time to move on.
Now, in the original game, you have to get a gas mask here because they start tear gassing the entire museum.
What's been going on? A secret excavation under the Louvre, linked to the Obscura paintings. This may be why Werner was killed.
Like that shadow.
Yeah, like the way it's levitating a couple feet off the ground.
Now, I don't know how you missed a point.
Yeah, that is curious. I feel like there's... I don't know where the opportunity would be. We were pretty thorough.
You had control over that entire scene, right? You didn't lose once. Yeah, so I don't know where you would have gotten that point from.
There's some sort of ancient lock system mentioned in the notes. I'll turn the power on and see if I can find it.
Oh,
Johnny Baghead. Oh.
I was going to say, there's a good clip from our playthrough from this part of the game.
Yes, there certainly is. Johnny Beckett speculates probably not for getting the code right the first time. Maybe.
Maybe.
A printer. Might be useful.
Yeah, I get some
Or a caveman.
coupons.
Check out the computer.
An ancient symbol found in the excavation. They think symbols are the key to the lock of a hidden chamber containing an Obscura painting. They are scanning the rock floor for a second symbol.
Frappe Fiasco asks a very good question. Are you two having more fun with this than the actual game?
You know, I never had hands-on with the actual games. How about you?
You know,
also check out the printer.
I think I'll take a copy of the symbol with me.
I'll say this. This is a lot more expedient.
Yes.
We're flying through it.
Why don't you explore? Let's slow it down a little.
An ancient symbol found in the excavation.
Wait.
Yeah, it's just a repeat.
Key to the lock of a hidden chamber containing an...
This is...
They are scanning the rock...
I'm gonna be honest with you, audience, and Sharky. I kind of dig this. I kind of think this is great. I think it could have been better. I think they could have tightened up. I think it could have had more significant choices and branching paths and stuff. But honestly, like, I'm imagining myself as someone who had never played a Tomb Raider before and who was looking for, like, an easy entry point to it. I honestly think this would have worked on me. I honestly think, like, this would make me want to play the fucking game. I would play...
And then you would, and you'd be like, oh god, this is out of control.
Yeah! Maybe these video games are fucked up after all. Maybe I was right to stick with my Duvda players, but...
Go ahead and leave.
Like, honestly, this takes all the reflexes out of a game. Like, for... Okay.
Not all of it.
Not all of it,
There's still
sure.
quick time events, yeah.
Scanner. I'll need to activate it.
Look to your left.
Good. I can print out anything I scan.
Yeah, that's how
I'm
printers
gonna put
work.
my butt on it. Activate scanner.
The car lover says, I can't lie, this is surprisingly competent. Yeah, no, this is... For what this is, I think this is novel. I think this is accessible. I think this gets around the fact that this original game controlled like dog shit. I'm not mad at this, honestly.
I don't know why there's not a right here, but go ahead and just do this part. I don't think I can really talk you through it.
Yeah, sure, I'll go up. And left. I guess.
Okay.
I guess that was it. I guess that's what we needed to do.
Pick it up.
Another ancient symbol. I'll take this with me.
Wow, she looks mighty pleased with herself for that one.
Thumbnail?
I'll think about it.
Maybe Werner's dead body and her smiling like that. Von Croy, right? That's it. His name was Von Croy.
Werner Von Croy.
Look.
That must be the lock.
Now, Charky,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to take one for the team here. Please say jump.
My points. I'm gonna need a bonus on the next paycheck.
All right, okay.
Jump. Up, down, down. Wait, up. Do the buttons.
Oh, man. I was hoping you would just fall and die.
Yeah.
And you'd have the guy shooting your dead body.
I would say unlock.
This puzzle fucking sucked. They did not give you sufficient clues to solve. Oh, well, there we go.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Check our inventory. Okay. Back to the thing.
Oh, boy.
Change that one until it's like the bullseye. Yeah, and then the other one, scroll through it. No, I think it's just that one. Exit. Alright, hit look.
It looks like the symbols have a sequence. Now, how do the two I have fit in?
Okay, what I had you do last time, do the opposite of that.
So this
So
is...
the one that's on the right, yeah, do that. No, the one on the left is wrong right now.
This one?
Yeah, now it's right.
Well played.
Slime Turner says the Charky method not being like Cass, continuing to work.
He usually does. Now, there was some dog shit climbing in this section of the game in the real game. Though I am inclined to say that this is the canonical version of this game in my mind now, so...
I'm in.
I'm still behind. Find the Obscura painting. I intend to. Oh, she has a shotgun now.
Turn.
Good for her.
Oh.
His notebook says he was tracking down the Obscura paintings. One must be hidden in here.
Was this a boss fight?
Yes, it was. I'm so curious to see how this plays out. We skipped like an entire episode's worth of puzzles.
Ecce veritas. Through the spirit of the Keeper, behold the truth.
Go for it. Shit. I'll duck.
That worked better than when I did it.
Whoa, that was like a poser animation. Did you see that run cycle?
Yeah.
I'll take the painting. That's what we're here for, right?
Like, anytime it cuts to, like, a new animation for this thing, it looks like it's a McDonald's commercial from some other country.
Well, clearly I made the wrong call there.
Alright, go for it. Duck. Happy Meals commercial. Shoot. Up, right, up, left, down. Contemplate.
It doesn't seem to be very effective.
Got it.
What, no option to duck again?
Duck.
Whoa!
That's it!
It's close.
Luckily, ghosts are locked into one place, so... Congratulations, Sharky.
Only 3 points. Maybe I didn't duck enough.
Escape from the Louvre.
Take the rear door.
Oh, here's that part we were talking about earlier.
Face off.
Insert the stinky gas.
Guard's taken out. We can take flash photography now, sir.
Fan out and keep low. Okay, maintain radio silence.
Why isn't this guy near mask?
Oh, what's wrong with your...
You have your
He looks sad. Something about his gas mask made him look like he was... like, oh.
Now I've got the painting. I need to get out of the Louvre.
Fuck it, shoot him dead. Hey, Laura, I told you to shoot! What the fuck?
Can I borrow your gun so I can shoot, please? No? Oh.
Well, your turn, I guess.
Stealth attack. I'm gonna choke to death on this.
Choke to death, or...
Well, go for it. Hide. What?
Well, I'll take over here. Let me. He just warped right behind our ass. Wow, this game can be mean sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, keep it in line with the original game, but...
Yeah. Literally, you can see him spawn in.
Well, I'll go left because that door's already open. Path of least resistance, like I said earlier.
God, get some cardio, Laura, if it's that bad.
Противник спонсорован.
The shotgun here, I'm not sure if this operates. I'm sure if gun nerds were watching this, they'd levy some complaints against this particular... fuck it, let's go right. Anybody home?
Left or right? Left or right? God, what game am I thinking of?
Gas mask.
Goosebumps Escape from Horrorland?
No, it's some FMV game where there's like a minefield, and every time you have to go left or right, which is like several times in a row, it cuts so close to him going left or right, left or right.
Slime Generator
Soldier
says,
Boys.
Soldier Boys, yeah, for MS-DOS. That's a banger. We gotta play that one of these days. Speaking of interactive movies. Wow, they were just blitzing through a lot of this, huh?
Dark Sector?
Shoot, shoot!
And then Laura appears behind him with a gun. Oh, right, this is when we started hating this guy.
He's very shiny. Credit where credit's due. What? Damn, the romantic tension.
Old scene. And old scene.
You left behind your, Oh, well.
You left behind Krull. Ronnie says, I'm hoping Kurt's gameplay parts get cut completely.
That's gonna be a no. I think you actually do play as Kurt later in the game. Much as in the original. Man, I love how they stripped all the interactivity out of this section. This looks like it'd be fun to play, but...
Kurt really is a Gary Stu-ass character.
Nothing we can do about this. No, we can't roll this out of the way.
Did you see me wave the first time? You didn't? Okay, I'll wave again.
Lands directly on his fucking head.
He's taken the painting.
Slime Generator says, Kurt is like, Incubus Drive was a person. You okay, lady?
Well, Team 2, get ready for Kurt.
Huh?
Tracking 5 Obscura.
What the fuck is happening here?
Egypt, Werner. You walked away and left me.
Get out! Get out of the way!
I feel like we're missing so many scenes here. We're missing so many shots. This is actually getting in the way of me understanding what the fuck is happening in this story.
I have a feeling that's probably how it happened in the main game too. Was he was just downed, and then we just went down.
I remember everything.
Annoying ass wind chimes he's got in his office.
Damn, I sure wish I had my full... sure wish I wasn't colorblind. Maybe then I can identify the killer.
You okay?
Bouchard, what are you doing here?
No time now. Quickly.
Was anyone around when you got here?
Don't say anything rude to me though, or I'll kill you.
Come on.
Bouchard, I must get back to Von Croy's apartment. There's something I have to check out there.
Your friend's place, of course. Where's it?
Rue Valise, the Chantel building. Do you know it?
My driver will. Get in.
What a courteous, polite man. I sure hope nothing happens to get between us. Sure hope we don't have to kill him later.
I mean, I don't remember the plot of this game, so...
I need to go in alone.
Okay, I'll wait here.
Appreciate it, Bouchard.
There goes my hero.
Playing Snake.
She's inside now. You can send in the cleaner.
Oh, that duplicitous bitch. Let's find the chalk outline where his body used to be.
Well, let's look. Yep, just like I left it.
In Ren's pawn shop. It must be the mark of the monstrum.
Now what?
I mean, forward would make more sense, but that's not an option, so... Right? If that kills me somehow.
I might need that.
Oh,
what, another gun?
Handy. Go for it. Kill him. Up, right, up, left, down.
Damn, Laura's a lousy
Battle
shot. I feel like we didn't thoroughly investigate that apartment there.
I found a gun. That's all I came here for.
He must be wearing some serious body armor.
Maybe you're just a bad sock, Laura. Did you ever think of that?
Well, I guess we gotta go for it. Up, down, up, right, left.
She missed all... She's missing every single shot! Laura, come on.
It's like those commercials for hunting games. You can't show them getting shot. They both seem like bad ideas.
Well, which idea seems the least worst to you?
Jump, I guess, because it looks like if you crawl, you just run right into that thing. No.
You fool! Alright. I guess I'll crawl when the opportunity presents itself again. Glad to have this PP buys on, though. How low can you go? Well, I don't know what the point of jumping right would be, so I'm very curious to find out. Let's do it.
Just jump into a wall.
Oh, damn it. I chose the right choice. I was hoping to choose the wrong choice. Ooh, okay, this is interesting.
Low attack to break his high guard.
You
Low
know,
attack?
I think that's what I'm gonna go for. It's so specific.
You definitely went through the...
Well, it looks like I'm the fool.
I shoot.
Wow.
Well,
stupid choice. I guess go for it. I guess it's been in lieu of any
go
other
for
options.
it seems really bad when you see. Okay.
Thank God he doesn't try to shoot us during that.
Ow! Oh! Ow! Ow!
Is she taken care of yet? Hello. Is she dead yet? We have to get back to Prague.
No, Bouchard. She isn't. But you're...
No, don't shoot us.
She's beautiful.
And there he goes, never to be seen again.
It's time I visited Prague.
What? How behind am I? 16 points.
Yes.
Two-thirds way through.
I don't know how many points were left on the table throughout this playthrough. Thus far.
Well, there's 100 points in total.
Prague. Now to find the location of the last Obscura painting.
What do you know about that building over there?
What?
What if I didn't want to talk to this guy? What if I wanted to just go ahead?
That's a place. It's a murder scene. I'm a reporter.
So what happened in there?
Another monstrum killing. You're not from around here.
No, I need information, which I'd be willing to pay for.
I've got dossiers on all the main players. It'll cost you.
Okay, I'm in. Who's that?
That's Eckhart. He's the Mafia top guy from what I can find out, but I know less about him than the others. They're all gathered in the Strahov at the moment.
My turn. So, question, all of them?
All of them?
All 6 major players. Eckhart and the other 5.
Ludwig, I have to get in there. Today. How would you manage it?
It's not easy. The place is heavily guarded. Security gates, cameras, ident scanners.
But
I could get an access code. I have contacts. It'll...
Also, I can get you a coat if you want one. It is a little chilly out here.
I'm going to start with Vasily's.
Be careful in there. And don't keep me waiting. It's not healthy to hang about on the streets, especially in weather like this.
Stay warm.
The police...
Says the lady wearing a sleeveless.
Find another way into the apartment.
I'm Hitful asked, did the box suggest this could be played in one sitting? Yes, it did.
And we intend to.
Oh, go for it. Play in one sitting. Shoot the guy when he shows up. Or the dog. What?
There was another guy walking down there!
Around the corner.
What about him? Oh, this fucking game. My bloodlust is not fully sated here.
want
1 point.
Bouchard? Why did you want me dead in Paris?
You were just a side issue. A loose end that needed tidying up.
Who ordered it?
A madman called Eckhart. He was putting pressure on all my operations. Threatened my family. Killing my men. You saw one of them at the church.
A psycho, huh?
The worst. Eckhart is a monstrum.
Is that right? What exactly were you doing for him?
I had to take delivery of a painting that was in the Louvre and bring it to the Strauss here in Prague.
So
the plot thickens.
It is protected by a group based in Prague called the Cabal. They're almost as dangerous.
Look at how thick his shirt collar is.
And at least
Well, it's to keep him warm in this snowy weather. Laura could take a fucking note or two.
Cabal business simply disappears.
Like my friend Von Croy. What was his involvement in all this?
He was hired to look at one of the 5 obscure paintings that was in the Louvre. But he found out too much. He contacted Vasily here in Prague, and they exchanged information.
So one of those engravings told Von Croy where the Louvre painting was.
They seized all 5 obscure paintings in the late 1400s and hid them. The last one is almost definitely in the vault.
So do you know where the vault is located?
Only that it's...
I like how he's relaxed for every scene, and then anytime he has to talk, you can see him just like, oh, okay, let me get up and...
You've been running around a lot.
Thrasher Darkrai says, honestly, this guy's accent reminds me vaguely of Keith Moon trying to sing. No choices here. There's like, all right, you know, we're just gonna fast forward through this shit. You know, if you want to see more, if you want to experience this for yourself, get the PS2 game, folks.
Yeah.
Or watch our playthrough.
If you want the opportunity to fall to your death, then... Look.
It's a clock.
The beam of light is on the 3. Maybe the clock holds the answer.
You think?
Change time. And, put it to 3. Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Entrance. Just what I'm looking for.
I think they could have probably done a slightly better job. I think they should have had you confirm when you had the right thing selected rather than just automatically progressing. You know, like a real puzzle would have you do in a video game.
Left.
Yeah, we don't know what the code is.
Code to the panel.
Inventory and actually look at the code to the panel.
That's a good idea.
315.
Oh, wait, did it actually say it on there?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice. I thought it was just the...
31597. Okay. So enter code. And put in 31597.
597. Tick.
And let's watch it happen.
Toe.
Got it. The engraving of the last Obscura painting.
Is that just as good as the last Obscura painting?
Where's Bouchard?
Maybe he's behind that radiator.
Laura got TF'd into a chair. You gotta help me.
What the hell's going on around here?
Answer me.
Did you get me the Strahov code?
I told you, I am a professional, but I want the exclusive story. Events in Paris and whatever happens here.
Done.
Don't worry, we'll put it out on DVD, the ultimate form of media.
You'll never pass, but at least you'll be inside the complex.
I can take it from there.
I don't think he actually gave us the code.
Look, you have to make some assumptions here, okay? You have to fill in the blanks. Use context clues.
I mean, we had to do that earlier in France. Yay.
I think we're coming up on, well, I mean, we're in the third act of 3, so we're
Yes.
coming up on the end, but... This is so audacious, this thing. Like, as low rent as this is, as much as it is skipping past and streamlining, I'm not mad at this still. Like, the sad truth is, I think this is actually more playable than Angel of Darkness, but... like, imagine how much time this would take in the actual game to set all these things up.
I'll get a ride on these containers.
Those will come out, like, you know, well after Angel of Darkness.
3 years? Oh, shit. Then what could have happened even if I fucked up that QTE?
Fall and then land fine, but then it says game over and plays a death scream.
Yeah. I'll look around. Boxes?
Guards. They'll have a pass to get in.
Wait, is there even a guard there?
In the... Oh, that's like a watch station that he's standing in.
Well, that was unnecessary.
Is it possible to just see this entire game through by picking play it safe every time?
It is, but you won't get any points. Oh, wow, I actually got that. That was actually almost, like, close to coming up on time on that. I'll admit I pressed the wrong button there, but it just totally lets you get away with that, so...
So you could button mash through, essentially.
Theoretically. Oh, did you see her sprinting there for the first time and only time? Possibly? Well, this just seems stupid. I mean, this is so unnecessary. Some of this is like, well, it's been a minute since we had interactivity, so... God, we've killed more dogs than human beings with guns in this game.
I mean, it turns out they're the real masterminds.
Yeah,
like
they're
Eckhart is just 2 dogs in a suit.
They've been gathering all these Obscura paintings. They're actually looking for dogs playing poker, and they're hoping to barter, trading in the 5 Obscura paintings for what their actual goal is.
You can't keep me here. My paper will miss me if I don't report in.
Found him skulking around in the loading bay. Must have got a passcode.
How's the door on your way up, Crimson?
You can't hurt me.
If only there was time for us to read them together. But it's too late now. There are things to be done.
You want to step in, Laura? Guy helped you out.
How do I not remember this?
Good job, Laura, you fucking hero, you.
I'm dealing with a madman. X is the monstrum.
That's your only takeaway from that? Dude had magic fucking power to make someone spontaneously combust. It's... well, fuck it. And that's the exact combination of buttons you need to press to draw a gun and shoot a man to death. Man, video games really are murder simulators. I'm learning all the tools of the trade here.
If you think about it, those are the hand motions that you would make to do that action.
Yeah, it's new intuitive, really.
Kind of security to keep it in.
It's like Wii controls.
Wouldn't you know it? My route goes through that biodome. It's a long way round, unless I can shut the power off to that section.
Why are you saying this out loud, Laura? I thought that was inner monologue this whole time, but...
Did we skip past the part of the game with the really long trials of, like, the 4 elements?
I think we did. I think they determined, well, this is fucking boring, so we'll just... Did she change outfits between scenes at some point? Did she cut the legs off her pants?
Is this...
Oh, we just skipped another entire section of game. That's where you met one of the Cabal members.
Hit I. Hit score. Okay, it's my turn now.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Okay, look. That completely passed me by, that we moved, changed characters.
It's hard to keep track sometimes.
Looks like some kind of weird experiment.
I remember this from House of the Dead.
I guess go for it.
You think we're gonna have to shoot here?
QTE. Nah, shoot. Shoot him. Ah, he dropped a point. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. My turn in the vat. Give me the goo.
I want to know what it's like to be an experiment. I fucking love science.
Okay, sure. It didn't seem relevant, but... Oh boy. Look.
I need to turn these valves in the right order to open the door.
That didn't really fucking help us much. I remember this puzzle. Like, you need to look at all those things. They barely gave us time to fucking observe and be like...
I can't even begin to tell you. Look again? I have an idea.
I need to turn these valves in the right order to open the door.
Alright. And then let me...
Maybe the one without the X on it?
Give me... That's... What's next choice?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I get it. Select... Do it where the first, the second, and the fourth one are selected. Yeah, then use that. Nope.
Oh, sorry. This one here?
Yes, that one.
Let's watch her activate every valve in real time.
There we go.
I'd say that's worthy of a point. Is your heart pounding during this?
Actually, I had a pretty low caffeine energy drink tonight, so not really.
Also, I forgot to get.
Why has the power been cut off?
Is this your doing, Miller?
No, the power's down everywhere.
I've been enjoying my Baja Blast and vodka too much. I forgot to get an energy drink tonight.
Do it. Is everything locked down? We don't want anything getting loose.
It's under control, Master Eckhart.
We have a problem down in the sanatorium.
What problem, boys? Just have the guards deal with your inmates and pets.
I have a confession.
I would say, like, wow, they haven't developed any of these characters in this version of the game. But they also don't develop any of these characters in the PS2 version, so...
Yeah. We're not missing that much context.
That experiment was to be eradicated. I expressly ordered it. It's far too dangerous to keep alive.
I couldn't. It's half Nephilim.
So, is her face like stitched on to her skull?
This for the last time.
Yes.
Mullah, I need the services of one of your little creations.
Ah, please, no! It wasn't my fault! I'm loyal!
Your own incompetence has sentenced you, Boaz.
Give me a chance! Not the pot!
Oh no, not her. I feel so bad for her, this character that's been introduced in this scene.
Now sort this mess out.
Doesn't that just make your
Boss
heart
fight?
race?
I'm worried I'm going to lose all my points. All right, this is where we switch.
This is where Curtis takes over. Team 3, start now.
Call your friends to come over.
Thanks.
What if she shot the monster by shooting through his head?
Name's Curtis.
Lara.
Trick shot.
Business.
I owe you one.
You owe me a painting.
Sorry. That one AWOL at the Louvre.
What brings you here from Paris?
Eckhart. We have business that only one of us will walk away from. You?
Personal reasons.
Eckhart plans to use all 5 obscure paintings to revive an ancient evil called the Sleeper and rebreed the Nephilim race. To do that, he collects alchemically transmuted elements from his murder victims' bodies.
I've seen him at work as the Monstrum. With that glove.
Eckhart's the original black alchemist. And now he's very close to finding the last painting.
Does he know where it is?
Yes. It's hidden in the Lux Veritatis vault.
Laura, behind you!
Destroyed. To do that, I need the shard you picked up at the Louvre. You trust in me?
You need the 3rd shard, so you should go after that. I'll find the last painting.
Is he wearing a Gears of War shirt?
Okay.
Yeah, I think this franchise is pretty sick.
In the lower regions.
Shame it's an Xbox exclusive, but...
Engraving shows the painting hidden in something called the Vault of Trophies. No problem.
I had a Gears of War hat. Like one of those winter caps. Just because, like, we had it as, like, a pre-order thing at work. And, like, no one ever...
On that note...
Wanted one.
I had a Call of Duty Ghost t-shirt from a fucking retail job I worked when that game launched. And I wore that for a decade until the sleeves literally fell off of it. Well, I'm ready.
Your turn.
Find the Vault of Trophies.
I'll have to get through here to find the Vault of Trophies, the location of the last Obscura painting. I must activate the power to this area.
She sure makes a lot of assumptions.
Oh, I remember we didn't like this part either, if I remember correctly.
We didn't like most of this game. The reality is that we didn't love most of this game. Well... fuck it.
I just wanted her to bonk off the top somehow. Like it was frozen over. And drown.
I had to know. I'm sorry. Why didn't she just surface? Why didn't she just go up and just like, all right, I need more time to make this decision?
She was thinking too hard to remember breathing.
I'll have to get through here.
Okay, give me a look.
The exit lies underwater. I need to distract the creature.
No comments on the creature, no like, wow, I remember this from Half-Life or anything. It's just...
Let's go right. I think you're on the right track, not jumping in with the other thingy.
Now guess, left or right here?
I'm gonna guess, right.
Now what if we could look and Laura's dialogue was just...
Huh?
I think you came
Isn't
around.
this where we...
Yep, I think you went in a complete circle.
Okay, we'll go right again. And then we're gonna go left. I don't even know how that happened. Left. Down, 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 down.
I think you were one down short, but I gave it to you.
I gave you 8 downs. That was more than enough.
No, you gave me down, down, down,
I said
down, 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 down. That's only 7.
No, I said down, down, da, da, down, 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 down.
Oh, I didn't hear that last down, so... Damn, Laura giving it away for free. God damn.
I need to fill this with food to distract that creature.
For free?
Why is that a soundboard clip?
Or this one.
For free.
Why? From what?
Some reviewers will know what server that's from. Anyway. Move crate. That is a running gag in a friend server I'm in. Like, anytime in an anime, someone will have, like, no shoes on.
I'm glad to play into your running bit.
Press the switch, I guess.
It's a good idea. I wonder if pull would just pull that thing all the way back from whence it came.
I need to fill this first.
Oh?
Huh. Oh? Dive in is the wrong option, right?
No, Lord, no! Actually, you know what?
Wait.
Hold on.
Press the switch in here. Press the switch in here.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
that
you're
drops
right.
the stuff.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, we'll do the thing then.
They gave us 26 seconds to make this decision, to press the button enough times. Paul S. says, wait, it looked like she was superimposed in one of those shots. Yeah, they do some pretty egregious insert shots in this, where they superimpose their higher quality render of Lara in front of some gauzy and blurred backgrounds here.
Now press the switch.
Lunchtime. And end scene. Yeah, there you go. 26 versus 51. Now here's how Cass can still win. The last Obscura painting. Wow, we're really coming to the end of days here. This took us 5 episodes to play through.
Yeah.
At 3 hours apiece.
Maybe we should do our videos like this from now on. Just play the DVD game versions of them.
if only. Oh, this is my turn, right? Yeah, look. Just drown. Just drown to death right here now. Come on.
Is it going to give you a timer? Okay. Were you supposed to pay attention to that?
I'm going to look again and prolong Lara's oxygen supply.
Well, if there's information to glean from that...
They're not doing a great job of showing it in the frame, yeah.
I was going to take a screenshot for you, but I don't know what I was supposed to be looking at.
I remember this being a semi-tricky puzzle in the original as well, but something tells me Laura's got it all figured out.
I think we drowned here a lot.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I like that steely determination she's got.
How many times can we repeat this shot? What information is there to be gleaned from this?
Is it the fact that the two swords are crossing? Well, they all have swords up. Oh, wait. Is it what they say on there? Do we actually have to know something based on that?
Montague... No. I don't recall that being one of the words. Vasily? I don't think so.
I don't remember. I would honestly need to look at it again.
Hold on, it was L and V, actually. So maybe it's the first letter of a given name? In which case, V would actually be one of the things we need to do, right?
Possibly.
Well, as long as we have infinite oxygen to do this with.
Like, Laura's lungs fill back up with oxygen anytime she decides to do something else. There you go.
By the power of a video toaster effect, we've cleared the obstacle.
And then it just cuts over to Lara, who has drowned and is now floating. I put him away. It's disgusting.
I guess Lara just knows there's no more swimming left in this game.
Yes! The last Obscura painting.
Damn, did we skip over the part where you're supposed to play as Curtis?
Yeah, we did.
I thought the back of the box said that you play as Curtis in this game.
I don't remember it saying that. I don't remember a lot of things.
Yeah, sure, give it to us. Let us pass this QTE check. Yeah, it's worthy of a point, isn't it?
Yeah. No option. Just get a point.
Congratulations, Miss Croft. You are positively Amazonian. That Volt has defeated us for months.
What do you want, Eckhart?
I'm not interested in you or your friend, Miss Croft. Give me the painting. May both leave.
What choice do I have?
Good toss.
It's a fake painting. It's just Whistler's mother.
Release Boaz.
She drew this off screen.
This old colleague of mine was once a human before she displeased me.
You mean 5 minutes ago?
Not you, Muller, you useless piece of dross. You failed me too.
Wait, I want to be turned into a cool monster too. I don't remember this at all from the PS2 game.
I mean, I remember this boss for sure.
I remember this boss, but I don't remember Curtis and Lara teaming up. I don't remember that doofus running directly into the mouth of the...
Curtis, quick!
Here, take these two.
These are your speciality, Curtis.
These are my AirPods.
Here, go on. You're wasting time. I can take care of her.
Oh wow, here we get to play as Curtis. This is so strange.
Just have a
stare down
standoff here.
Yeah. It's a battle of quick draw. You go for yours, I'll go for mine. When the clock strikes high noon, we both... I'm letting the time run out. It's only 5 more seconds before they either loop the scene or... Yeah, no, there's the loop. There's the,
Alright.
Well, whose turn is it? Let's find out.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh, it's mine, okay.
Yeah, we're still in the same scene.
Is that all it took? Tell me. Please tell me that's all we have to do is Curtis. Well, that's good enough to say you play as 2 characters over the course of this game. That's an interweaved campaign. Is that really fucking it?
Legally true.
What the fuck? Like, I know that you only play as Curtis in, like, 1 scene, like, 1 level in the original game, but wow, they did that boy dirty. That is...
I feel like if they were already cutting shit out of a game where 90% of it was cut, like, just like the rest of Curtis, it probably makes sense.
I guess so. Well, perfect 5 out of 5, so... defeat Eckhart. Well, I think we're coming up on the end of all things.
Yep.
Oh, now this is coming back to me. And sunglasses are back.
Monologue where he, can't wait for the villain's monologue where he goes.
Peas and carrots, peas and carrots, peas and carrots.
I'm very sad that the thought that went through my mind right now is when you nut, but she keeps sucking.
You are resilient.
Scary, huh? For you.
It is my destiny to breathe hell on earth. You are nothing to me.
Do you know, it's gonna be a real pleasure to shut you up.
Alright, now how do you translate a boss fight to DVD?
Well, you go for it. That's how. Left, up, left, right. And that's the motion for that. All right, and shoot.
Oh, that's actually a little tricky. Oh, huh?
Oh, shoot again, shoot again. And
wow, that saved us so much time. That boss fight drags on forever in the original. I much prefer this. And sunglasses gone. Who the fuck is this guy?
Killer.
I don't even remember this guy. I don't remember most of this stuff.
I don't remember this scene at all.
The third shard.
But why? You worked for him.
No, unknowingly he worked for me, but his usefulness was ended.
Will you destroy his work?
Of course not. The great work will be finished. I'm offering you the chance to become part of a benign new order in the world.
You are kidding, right?
We Nephilim have only ever been trying to survive.
Too many people have died for me to trust you, including a good friend, Von Croy.
He was an unfortunate victim of history, Lara. Eckhart was stupid to have killed him. I've helped you all along, here and in Paris. You can trust me, Lara Croft.
You killed Von Croy.
Stupid mortal. So be it.
Yeah, do you remember this?
Vaguely now, yes, actually.
Whoa, look at that.
Now, if there's any time to play it safe, it would be.
Alright, shoot.
Let's automate this entire boss fight for you.
I don't remember saying to do that, but okay. Up.
Remember how to climb a ladder, Laura.
And jump. Jump.
Yeah, sure. Do whatever, Laura. We leave.
Do that. Mm-hmm. It made as much sense in the original game.
Slime generator.
There should have been, there should have been a look prompt there too.
Really weigh your options here. But what about Curtis? Everyone's favorite guy. Yoink.
The DVD version just cuts to a grave that says he died.
Keepsies.
Verna, my old friend, I have found your murderer, and I'll carry your memory, wherever my future takes me.
I'm not going to bother telling the police about this, though. I think that would just complicate things.
That's really not that much more abrupt than it was in the original PS2 game, in fairness, but...
I mean, both praisingly and damningly, that was pretty accurate to the PlayStation game.
For better or for worse.
I like that. I like that logo. I like that wolf.
I think it's time to hit our fucking screen.
Yeah.
Wow, look at all these credits. Are these the original credits? No, because they have video capture here. Which must be the people who actually...
Yeah.
Are they going to credit the original development team, though? You know, the people who actually put the work into doing all the models and...
You saw the picture up there that said Eidos, right?
Well, that's good enough. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, that's just...
And...
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a score element to this.
Yeah.
But who won? Oh, I think it was you.
Yeah, I think it was me. Yep. Don't even show Team 1 score, I guess.
I skipped past it by accident.
Oh, okay.
I guess that'll do it for Tomb Raider the Action Adventure.
Managed to squeeze 5 episodes down into 1.
That's pretty impressive. I'm pretty chuffed with that.
Yeah, we should just do all our games like this in the future. Just play the DVD versions of them and get them done in 1 episode.
God, that'd be so efficient. I fucking wish they kept making DVD games.
I almost don't know how to approach this by the end of it, right? Like, it is a different thing entirely. It's a different beast.
It is
trying to like rate a video game.
It is barely interactive. It is barely a video game.
Like, I think honestly, if I had to seriously say like one like actual shortcoming of this is I think there should have been more choices. And a lot of those cases where they had like play it safe and then one option that was nothing. Like, there should have been more instances where you could lose.
Yeah.
Even if it was as simple as, like, jump off this roof.
It almost would have been better if all the choices were just completely binary. Like, you know, and they both seemed like reasonable options at any given moment. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of ways they could have improved the choose your own nature adventure of this, in fairness, yeah.
I feel like having both options be reasonable would feel more bullshit, though. Would feel more like rolling the dice. And it's like, well, I shouldn't have known that would kill me. Like, I think for the most part, they actually did broadcast, like, this would be the right decision to make here. Which makes it feel more fair. There were times where I don't think they did that correctly. But for the most part, I think they actually did do a good job of broadcasting what you need to be doing. But I just think there should have been more actual choice. But other than that, for what this is, like, it's not bad.
No,
it does what it set out to do. It does what it sets out to do.
It is what it says on the box. It's Lara Croft for everybody.
And it does have a few moments where it actually does put some puzzles in there. Like the one I had to do with the valves. Like, I actually did have to pay attention to that poster, and they did have, like, the thing on there, and there was a system of, like, selecting, like, you want this and this and this, and like which 3 do you want to turn? Like, they managed to squeeze in puzzles into a DVD game, which is, I think, a creative use of the medium.
I think the shooting was probably the most interesting use of it, even if it was effectively like, you know, even if you know that the underlying technology they're leveraging there is like, what if you had to select the right option on a DVD menu that spanned 9 different options in a sort of tic-tac-toe configuration? Yeah. I mean,
but you can obfuscate like the reality of what that is, and I think they did do that.
Yeah, to a certain extent. Again, I'm positive on this. I'm going to agree with you in that this is pretty neat. Obviously, the supposed replay value, the idea of chasing a 100 out of 100, I don't think anyone would actually bother with. But I can't get mad at this either. I think, the biggest shortcoming is the fact that they were leveraging an existing game, and the existing game in question they were leveraging was Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness, which was an unfinished game at best during back in its 2003 PS2 release. So they only had so much to work with here, and even then they managed to trim like most of the fat out of it. I think this would have been...
Johnny does point out that some of the worst platforming puzzles were just completely gone. So, like, a lot of the parts of the game that, in your playthrough, and in this case, in our playthrough, were like, God, this sucks. I hate doing this. Were not a concern.
I think ultimately what this would have been better served as, if this format had continued, which it ultimately didn't. I mean, the ultimate conclusion of this is that this sold... Who knows how much this sold, if it sold at all. There's not really any sales data reports I could track down for it. But the idea of taking an existing video game and dumbing it down to this extent was probably not the right route to go. If they wanted to make a real thing of this medium, if they wanted to have a real shot at it, they needed to develop original games. Or, the illusion of original games. Just like, create cutscenes, original cutscenes that tell some sort of a story, have a proper choose-your-own-adventure in this. But as far as something exploratory, as far as leveraging what they had on hand, the assets they had on hand, making deals with IDOS based on, familiarity between this guy who was a former IDOS CEO and founder, and then, it's as good as this could have been. I can't see how they could have improved on this, making Tomb Raider The Angel of Darkness into a DVD game. Because adding more platforming puzzles, more QTEs, what would that have really added to it?
It's just that there were some times where it felt like there was just no choice at all when they just had to like press a button to go forward. And that's the whole game. But there were so many instances where it was just one choice or play it safe, right? Like, I would have liked at least a few more instances where, even if it was an obviously wrong thing, give you the illusion of choice a bit more than they did sometimes. But, that's a nitpick at this point.
Sure. And you're not wrong about that. It's such a curio. I really am like looking at this and thinking like, what could have been if this had somehow caught on in the market, which was unlikely, which wasn't really in the cards for it in 2006. Like, realistically, like if we take a step back here, like, what the most common DVD player was from the early 2000s through to the mid 2000s through to the late 2000s?
PlayStation 2.
Fucking PlayStation 2. So ultimately, what is the market for this? I think this could have been explored further. I think this concept... I'm not dismissive of the idea of streamlining a video game for just the DVD market. The other competing technology at this point, something that also fell out of favor completely, something we've only briefly covered on the channel before, is the Nuon, which had gaming functionality built into a specific set of DVD players. And this is obviously a much more accessible format than that was. Rather than requiring you to own like a specific piece of hardware that's compatible, just plug this into basically anything and be able to get up and go and play through it.
I feel like, because we've seen other DVD games like a Dragon's Lair, stuff that is essentially like a Soldier Boys or like the American Laserdisc.
Well, Soldier Boys is very different. Let me be clear here. Soldier Boys is a lot more interactive, has a lot more choice, a lot more granularity. Just to put that out there.
Shouldn't have mentioned that. That was it. Anyway, but I think if something that could work well with this would be like just a straight up like point-and-click adventure game. Like, imagine like a simplified Monkey Island.
There was actually a Tex Murphy DVD game, if I recall correctly, which would have would land in the strike zone that you're talking about here. And I don't know what the reception or sales on that were offhand, but that certainly was something that was on the market. And I think it speaks to your point. I think like adventure games probably are the sort of idealized genre for this, rather than something more reactive like an action game.
And they were getting close to that here, because a lot of the things we were doing here were focused on the adventure part of it. And not to say they failed with the action parts, because again, it was a unique thing they tried to do. But yeah, it's definitely something like I don't see a lot of people looking at this and thinking that it's a thing that needs to exist, right?
Sure.
But like, it's very interesting that they kind of did it, right? They kind of hit mission statement on making this thing.
Yeah, I'm really glad we played this. Yeah. Honestly, I feel more positively about this than some real feature-complete actual video games we've played. It was breezy. There was very little punishment for death. It cut all the chafe out of it. I felt like I got like a mostly complete story out of it.
Well, I mean, compared to the PS2 game, yes.
which was also very incomplete, granted, yes. But I don't know. It's really hard to walk away from this one mad. Like any night that I walk away from and I'm not like mad at the thing we played is a successful night in my mind, is a good night. So that's where I've landed on this. I would not have minded seeing more of these Duvda games. I would not have minded if they continued to pursue this particular alley for interactive media, but that probably wasn't in the cards. Something like this has such limited shelf life. For $14.99, which was the original manufacturer's suggested retail price on this, that it feels a little slight.
In 2006, you probably could have gotten the original game for that price.
You could have found it in a bargain bin for like $9.99 possibly, and then gotten more bang for your buck for whatever that's worth. More frustrating because it doesn't control particularly well, and it's a little more
less accessible in general. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I enjoyed this more than Angel of Darkness. Angel of Darkness was tedious and frustrating, but this was...
Yeah, I totally get that.
Even if half of our enjoyment was ironic, laughing at some of the abrupt deaths and some of the, bad ends, that's still enjoyment. That's still entertainment for any reason. So, I don't know. Not mad. That's where I'm leaving this off on. This game did not make me mad. That's the highest honor I can bestow things we play here on the Bad Game Hall of Fame. So, with that, folks, thank you for joining us tonight on this action adventure. That was Lara Croft Tomb Raider: The Action Adventure. Thank you for tuning into the Bad Game Hall of Fame. What's on our itinerary for the rest of this week? Let me pull up our stream schedule and find out.
Thursday. Oh, you want to go ahead?
Nah, you go ahead. Come on, you earned it.
Right.
You're the winner tonight.
I don't have the stream schedule in front of me, but I can probably remember it. Thursday, we will be doing our game voted on by our Patreons. I don't think it's decided quite yet, but we kind of know what it is.
Yeah, the votes have certainly been stacked.
Not to influence it, because there's still some time. Y'all will find out on Thursday what the patrons have voted for.
If you want to vote at the last minute, we should probably plug the Discord here. Yeah. Discord.gg/BGHOF. And if you are a supporter, financial supporter, subscriber on Twitch, pledger on Patreon, member on YouTube, you will gain access to our Patreon Saints channel, where we are currently running a poll. 4 poll options suggested by folk in that Patreon Saints channel, and those options include Countdown Vampires, Lost Planet 3, Perfect Weapon, and Spider-Man 2 on PC. So that is currently in the running. We have about a day or two, depending on how you calculate time, left on that. So
then on Saturday, we will be doing another Pitiful Party Games with Cass, myself, Sid, and Johnny, because it's my birthday on Saturday.
And you can cry if you want to.
Yeah, I definitely probably will. And so we're going to be throwing a pitiful birthday party on Saturday. I think we know what game it's going to be. Do we want to say what game it's going to be, or?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I believe we are playing Pac-Man Fever, correct?
Yeah, why not, right? That was your choice. You're the birthday then,
Yes.
so I think it's up to you. And if that's what you want to play, I'm not going to say no to you.
Yeah, so I think we're going to go with Pac-Man Fever on Saturday. And then past that, we don't really have anything planned.
We don't plan that far ahead here on the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Come on, folks. What do you expect of us? Yeah, so we have those in mind. And we mentioned financially supporting us. We'd certainly appreciate it if you do. If you are able to subscribe on Twitch, pledge on Patreon, become a member on YouTube, you can help steer the direction of the show in that Discord, discord.gg/bghof, in that Patreon Saints channel. And we'll certainly appreciate you if you do. But barring that, if you can't financially support us, we completely understand. Consider, if you still want to help the channel out in some capacity, sharing videos from our suggested viewing playlist. It's the first thing you'll see on our YouTube channel if you go to our YouTube channel. And it is 20 handpicked videos that we think make for good onboarding onto this show of ours. Or maybe, you know, someone who's a big Tomb Raider fan, the movie specifically. If someone who really loves DVDs, who owns both of the Tomb Raider Angelina Jolie movies on DVD. Maybe this is a DVD they missed back in the day. So maybe you can fill out their collection by linking them to this playthrough here. We leave it to your discretion, dear viewers.
Just think how much of the original game they could have fit on if it was a Blu-ray, though.
Oh, yeah, they would have been at least twice as long and would have taken 2 episodes tonight, so we're glad that the format held them back. Imagine the VHS version of this game.
You know, the one where you just watch it.
If you can't financially, if you don't know anyone to share the videos with, we just appreciate you tuning in, folks. Something like that. Who's streaming right now? Let's see about our raid.
Oh, by the way, we just recorded an episode of our podcast, podcast.badgamehalloffame.com, also available wherever fine podcasts are sold. And that new episode should be coming out shortly-ish, sometime this week, I think.
Any day now, yeah, that'll go up on podcast.badgamehalloffame.com, so look forward to it. Some interesting news discusso in that one, to be sure. As far as raids go, I see that Cybertruck Alpha is playing Kagero Deception 2 for the PlayStation. An interesting Koei Tecmo series, if I recall correctly, the developer publisher on that.
A good friend of mine LP'd it back in the day.
Oh, yeah. So we'll send folk that away. You know, PlayStation, lady protagonist. There's the through line. That's good enough for me. that's thematically relevant to me. And I reckon that'll do it for us here at the Bad Game Hall of Fame. I have been... Choose Your Own Adventure, Cassidy.
And I've been inexplicably cut content, Sharky.
Very good. Thank you, folk, for tuning in. Thank you for joining us here on this April Fool's Day playthrough, wherein we did a legitimate playthrough of a weird fringe video game, which is what we will do if we happen to have any other future shows that land on April the 1st. Don't expect us to do just the gimmicky, stupid, bait and switch type of thing. We'll stay consistent with doing things that are, you know, legitimate playthroughs, even if they are fringe games. So, you're welcome if you're someone who hates April Fool's Day foolery. And yeah, with that being said, bye!
Good night, everybody.
I feel stronger now.